Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to yet another episode 92 of the Snarp Fangle Podcast. I am your host, Jake Metzger, your average Creature Commandos enjoyer. And my co-host this week is a man who's seen James Gunn's Superman about 18 times, I would say. Educated guess over here.
Somewhere around there. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Malachi Villalba.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing, boss?
I'm doing all right. And you?
I'm doing okay, doing good. I'll tell you what, I was super sleepy on the drive home from work. I was falling asleep and I'm like, oh, I just want to take a nap when I get home. But when I do that, and I've done that before on Monday nights where I get home oh, it's so early. We are not recording until 8 o'clock. I'll take an hour and a half-hour nap. Turns into an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm like, I don't want to do that to Malachi.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll admit I almost fell asleep on the way here.
All right. Well, hey, maybe we'll throw Celsius in you. Not sponsored, by the way. We were talking about earlier. But anyway, yeah. It was weird. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that to my boy. Not doing that to him. So, but anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for being on here, Malachi. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good discussion today.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh man, before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, for all inquiries and thoughts, concerns, and ideas, and what you think the current state of the DCU is like, and what you would like to see, send them on over to snarpfanglepod@gmail.com, or you can just text Jake. All right, Malachi, let's get into it.
All right.
So today's topic, what we want to see in James Gunn's and Peter Safran's DCU. Now, for those uninitiated, if you're not following DC films, here's the thing. You may have heard of a little film called Superman that came out this summer. It was pretty dang good. Now, Malachi, you and me, we've seen this film multiple times and together as well, multiple times. I think I've seen it 4.5 times. 4.5 times. But how many times did you go see it? Or I've seen it in general?
9.5.
In various different formats, too.
Yeah, pirated.
Yeah.
I paid for it sometimes.
Borrow a streamer,
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh, but hey, would you mind explaining to the audience, though, what the half means? Because we did that together. So
right.
You tell the story.
Okay, so there was a showing of Shin Godzilla back, I believe, in...
Was it August?
It was early August, yeah. Okay. I believe it was August 4th.
Whoa,
I believe I know the day. Yeah, it was August 4th, a re-showing of Shin Godzilla. Jake and I were tolerating the movie.
I was falling asleep.
Yeah, Jake was in and out of consciousness. And about halfway through, right after this sequence that I have been waiting for to see, because it was supposedly so mind-blowing, once it got to there, I look over to Jake, and I'm just like, I wonder how far Superman's going right now. He leaves the theater and comes back, and he's like, hey, they're right about the halfway mark. And I'm like, let's go. No need to bother
I was checking
anymore.
the time in the theater, dude.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because nobody else was in there except for below us.
Yeah.
Because we were in the prime audio section or whatever you like to call it. What would you call that section?
That's the
It's 3/4 up of the seats.
I wouldn't say it's a specific
row or anything.
I wouldn't label it. Oh, what row? It depends. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a part of that middle back section.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So anyway, I checked the showings. I was like, you suggest, do you want to go? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I never walked out of a movie theater in my life.
Same
halfway through. And you're like, do you want to? And I was like, yeah, let's just go. And I was like, as we're walking out, I'm like, let's go see Superman or something, It's literally down the hall. So we go down the hall. And it was funny because I remember you said Shin Godzilla. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just want to hang out. And then I go see it and I'm like, this is interesting. Just so you guys know, it's almost impenetrable in terms of getting into the film. It's really hard to get into it. It's all translation in Japanese. So if you know Japanese, you're great. You covered a lot of bases here. but with just the subtitles, it's a very fast-moving, dialogue-heavy movie that's all about the behind the scenes of a Godzilla invasion. And it's like, I thought it was entertaining, but as we were going into it, it kept going and dragging on.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't all it was meant to be, I think.
Yeah.
And that was from what,
That was from 2016, I believe.
Yeah, and then we were like, man, why is the CGI garbage?
Right? Yeah.
Why was it so bad?
It was all saved for that one sequence where he like just goes ballistic on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else was so abysmal that I was told that this is like prime Godzilla, the most peak that you will ever see. And it just was the most boring slop that I have ever seen.
Oh, slop.
Or I wouldn't say it's slop.
Yeah, no, it's very intellectual, and I enjoyed it for that. But when you go into a Godzilla movie, you expect more Godzilla than more people, you know?
Yeah, right.
It felt like parts of the bad parts of a Bayformers movie.
Oh, yeah.
Mixed with like more intellectually high level dialogue. Yeah. And I'm cool with that, but like when you're gonna go see Godzilla and you're told it's like this is like the Japanese after the 2014 what was the guy's Gareth Edwards Godzilla, you're expecting this to be like the Japanese equivalent, and you're like, okay, let's go see it. And it's definitely not that. Yeah. So anyway, we go down the hall, and then what happens, Malachi?
We enter the room for Superman. We sit down. We watch the movie. I cry 2 times, and then we leave.
And it was half of the movie.
Yes.
And we got in right as the Mr. Terrific fight scene on the beach.
No, it was right as what's it called? Lex like pulls the trigger on Malik.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I heard the sound, and I was like, oh, like we're right halfway through.
Yeah, right halfway through. Yeah. And then we get to our seats, and then the beach scene starts. Yeah. We're like, all right. Yeah. And we were like, I was instantly awake. Once that started.
Locked in immediately.
Well, actually, this is actually a perfect segue into Superman, because we're going to actually go through right now. And I kind of want to talk about today our review of the new DCU thus far. I picked 3 things, because you can't count Joker 2 De La Few. That's not DCU. Yeah. The Batman is separate. It's Elseworlds, technically. And we'll get into Clayface and why it's not Elseworlds later. But I picked Superman, I picked Creature Commandos, and I picked Peacemaker. So let's do Superman first, since we're on the topic of it, because I want to get into some thoughts. I know you love the movie, so do I, but I want to start off and just say that I remember hearing that Superman was coming out, and James Gunn, first off, I heard that him and Peter Safran were head of DCU, and I'm like, hell yeah, brother, this is like going to be awesome. And I was like, Peter Safran, and then I heard what he did, I'm like, okay, yeah, and they're both doing it? This is cool. And then James Gunn's like, I'm doing Superman. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. He's used to making stories about people who are outcasts, just like a Guardians of the Galaxy. And then you take that and you have a guy who, falls to earth and is an outcast. So it's like perfect setup.
Right. And I'll admit, when I heard that James Gunn was behind the movie at first, I was not a huge fan. Ooh, yeah. And that's not in any way, shape, or form to say that I dislike James Gunn's movies. I love his movies, but it's just, I had yet to see him write a film about a singular character. He has always done his films with groups. Yes. And I was pleasantly surprised, I'll say that much.
Yeah, and it was cool because it's like, I remember I went to go see Guardians 3 in theaters. It was by myself. It was in Reading. I was going to trucking school at the time, and it was a really rough part of my life, like just going through that section of my life. And I went to go see Guardians 3, and the whole thing with, oh, no, you're good. You're fine. You might want to move that this way. There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, there we are.
Perfect. Maybe angle it like this. There you go. All right, there you go. All right, he's got it, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so like, I went to go see that, and I haven't cried in a movie. Maybe twice, like cried. And it's so funny. And just to be a little bit vulnerable audience, it was Finding Dory of all movies. It was about a little lost autistic fish finding her way back home, and being a little lost autistic boy at times in my life, I really connected with that movie for some reason. So anyway, I go see Guardians 3, makes me cry. It's so beautiful, the whole raccoon thing, and Bradley Cooper's voice performance is so great. But anyway, Superman comes out, and I remember you got to see it first. I think I was doing something that weekend. I was working. And then I'm like, yeah, let's go see it. So we go see it. Was it with the big group?
It was with the big group, yeah.
It was with the big group, like the Saturday after, I believe.
Yeah.
Or whenever it was. And yeah, we go see it with like 20 plus people. Shout out to Jose, who bought like 20 tickets.
Yes, sir.
And we went in Reading, and we went with like a crap load of people. And I sit next to you, and we're watching it. And I'm like, yo, this is awesome. The start with the opening, not crawl, but the opening text.
Right, yeah.
Is such a great setup. And you're like,
yeah.
I know everything I need to know. And now we're in the film, and boom, he crashes. Like, what did you think when you first saw it? Because you got to see it earlier than me.
Yeah.
What was your first like reaction to the whole opening and just your thoughts in general on
the
Superman?
whole opening? Like, it immediately captured my attention because it's like, it didn't bother to show. Usually I'm not a fan of the tell over showing, but in this case, with the character that has been so overdone in television and film, I feel like this is one of very few scenarios where telling was more necessary than showing the origin of Superman. And I kind of find it very interesting that in the same way that we're introduced to Superman in was it the 78 film with Christopher Reeve?
Yes.
Yeah. With him crash landing on Earth, we're kind of getting a similar like opening with that.
I never even thought of that.
Except it's in the way where we're seeing him in a vulnerable state, being tossed down to Earth after losing his first battle.
Yeah, I actually never even thought of that. That's a great point. That beginning, like, you know, the child and the ship crashing. This is him. Also, it can be interpreted as a child crashing down to Earth. He's like a boy that just got beat up.
Right.
So that's I never even thought of that. Wow.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with Crypto, the first trailer was awesome. You're like, oh, I like where we're going. And like what, Hawk Girl's in this? What?
Yeah.
Like just all of the little elements that you see. And then we get to Lex Malachi.
Ooh.
We get the whole intro thing. We get Bradley Cooper as Jor-El. Awesome. And we get the whole setup, and then we get Lex. What was your reaction to Nicholas Hoult and his acting, bro? Like, what was your thoughts on that?
It's very interesting because at first
It can be positive or negative.
Yeah.
You don't have to be positive
I'll
on
admit,
everything or negative on anything.
I'll admit,
curious.
The first time I watched it, I was not a huge fan. But then again, I was sleep deprived. I hadn't, I think I only had 3 hours of sleep that night.
Whoa.
I worked a 9-hour shift, and then I went to watch the movie. And so I was already pretty much I was ready to fall asleep. But I only watched the movie because it's I already purchased the ticket. There's no point in asking for a refund. I'm here, so let's just do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really get to fully embrace the film the first time I watched it. There were bits and pieces that I was okay, I need to be more aware to understand what's going on. Because the first time I watched it, I don't know why, I was why is this moving so quick? But then the second time I watched it, I was wow, this is decently paced. I was this is a lot better paced than I thought it was. I thought this was just a boom, you're in your seat, boom, you're out the theater kind of movie. But no, it's it's just because it encapsulates you that you just time flies.
It does.
Yeah.
And I remember watching some reviews of people and them saying, you know what, they're in the movie industry. It was, I think, the John Campea podcast, and they were talking about how it felt like it could have been it felt like there was way more to this film, like a 2-hour, 40-minute cut at some point. That there was more involvement with Daily Planet, Jimmy's side story, what Lex was doing in the background, that kind of thing. And also with the there's so many elements to this film too, and it moves at such a brisk pace. It's really commendable on the editing and just the flow of the story as well.
Right.
And I mean, you told me about the whole thing of the film being framed in a week of Superman's life,
Yeah.
basically, which was super
Yeah.
interesting. And you will catch it if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Like when the screen goes to black and then it starts in the new day. Like we get
Yeah.
Superman fighting the Hammer of Baravia, and then he falls down and the whole fight's over and Luthor Corp is celebrating. It's not Lex Corp, it's Luthor Corp
Yeah.
in this universe. And then it cuts to black and then it starts a Daily Planet
Right,
the next
yeah.
day. So you're like, oh, and like if you're
Yeah.
paying attention, there's that. And that was
Right,
the original
yeah, the
concept
cut-
for the film.
If you pay attention to how it's like edited with the cuts and everything and the like specifically the cutting to black, that's your cue. Okay, this is like a new episode in Superman's life, a new story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I like the whole framing of the film, the concept. In terms of general thoughts, like I think yeah, James Gunn was like the perfect director for this kind of project for what was needed.
Right.
And he just brought such a fresh take to the whole story of Superman, the mythos, everything like that. There's more I would love to dive into. Like we could do just straight up a spoiler cast of this film. And if there's anything that you want to highlight in this film, I'm going to hand it to you next. But one thing I do want to mention is the story is kind of crazy. Like we
Outlandish. Yeah.
outlandish, like a kaiju.
Yeah.
You have the Justice Society, or no, the Justice Gang.
The Justice Gang.
The Justice
yes,
Gang.
sir.
And then you have Nathan Fillion with the bowl cut. And when I
Yeah.
saw the set photos of that, I'm like, wow, they're going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like James Gunn's like, I want to have my best friend in a bowl cut.
Yeah.
So we're putting him in a bowl cut. But yeah, I remember walking out of the theater and watching it, and I said, I would have to think about it more, but I don't have any notes on it. Like
That
what
was
to
me the
change.
first time, yeah.
Yeah. Now, even afterward, I'm like, there's things I would want more of, like more Daily Planet stuff. Like those characters
I
seem
understand that.
really,
Yeah.
really well lived in with those actors and what their interactions are.
Right.
And I think James Gunn really excels at that too, where he does really good casting. I think you could probably pick Suicide Squad as like the weakest aspect of his career in terms of like casting, in the sense of like, oh, he's got Jai Courtney back here as Boomerang. Why is he here?
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
I was like,
sorry.
he was not responsible for David Ayer's
no,
Suicide Squad.
No,
Yeah.
but like he carried over and then he murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But like it all works, you know. Like John Cena, especially as Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That's not a casting choice you would think that would be good, but
Right,
it works
yeah.
out so well. Same thing with like
Yeah.
Bloodsport, or excuse me, what's his name? Idris Elba as Bloodsport.
Yeah.
But it works out really well. I don't know. There'd be other things. Also, by the way, speaking of the Suicide Squad, did you know Stephen Agee, who plays Economos in
Yeah.
Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, he was the stand-in for King Shark
Oh,
for the
right,
siege
yeah.
for the mocap? Did you know that?
no, that's cool.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
like when you see him interacting with Peacemaker in the show, it's basically him. They've both been on set before together.
Because I was gonna say, like, it makes sense. Isn't Steve Agee like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah.
He's really tall.
Very tall man. Yeah.
So like it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The only possible person to play King Shark, or at least stand in for King Shark, it's got to be Steve Agee. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we've been very positive on Superman. We love it.
Yeah.
Like full bore. Like I love
Yeah.
this film. You love this film. Is there any negatives you have or anything you would say, hey, fix this for the next one? Because we know Man of Tomorrow's coming in 2 years, a year and a half even. So what would you want? What criticisms do you have of Superman 2025? If any.
It's interesting. You're asking my criticisms.
Yeah,
but
let's look at it objectively.
yeah, like I'm trying to, man. I'm really trying to. But this movie, like,
I'm thinking too.
it hits so well for me that I think I'm just like, what's it called? Not like I'm choosing to be willfully ignorant to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's great. That's all I could say. It's great.
Yeah, like give me more.
Yeah.
I think that's the notes I
Yeah.
have is just give me more of this.
Yeah. Okay. Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe thinking about it a little bit more objectively, I think there is so much going on in this movie that you kind of want like a break from certain things. But I think it is that's what why the pacing is so important. I think there's that right there, and there's another one right there. I think in terms of the pacing, it's paced so well. There's just a lot in the film. This film had two jobs, which was to set up the DCU and be a Superman movie. And that's a tall order to ask. But James Gunn and what he had introduced and what he's good at really fits well into this movie.
The amount of world building that he's implemented into the last 3 projects within the DCU is so mind-boggling.
And to do it within 3 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
3 seasons of shows, 1 animated, 2 live action, and 1 full-fledged film.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because when he was on vacation, I think right before he started filming Superman, he wrote Peacemaker season 2 on vacation.
Oh.
And it's like him and what's her name? Holland.
Jennifer Holland,
yeah.
His wife.
Yeah, when they were on vacation, he was in like half the time. He was in his, or like 70% to 50% of the time on vacation, he was in his hotel room writing. And it's like, bro. And he's like, I'm never doing that again. That was a mistake. And some people will probably criticize him as for season 2 being kind of, some people think it's kind of mid compared to season 1. So I totally get that. Maybe that's where that comes from. But anyway, I would say Superman, A+, give us more. We'll get into what we want to see in Man of Tomorrow and going forward, but that's going to be later. Malachi, any final words before we move on to Creature Commandos?
Okay, so regarding Superman, it's just... Sorry, I'm kind of
No, take your
yeah,
time. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just chill, man.
You could tell how unprepared I am, yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But one really, really high note of the movie that I really think like should be continued. Don't kill off Pa Kent.
Ooh.
Do not kill off Pa Kent.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know, like, Superman already had his parents, his birth parents killed. There's absolutely no need to kill off any of his Earth parents because, like, it's just, they're so influential to him as a character. They're like his strong arm. And so, in a sense, like, yes, it would help for more character development, but just give it some time. I don't think we need to
like wait
kill him
for
off so
like
soon.
I mean, I know this is way far off if they ever end up doing it, but wait for like Infinite Crisis or something.
I was gonna say at least let him hold Jonathan Kent.
Yeah.
At least let him hold his grandson. Please, that's all I ask.
Yeah, like and I, you know what, with the focus that Gunn is having on super families,
Right?
I wouldn't be surprised if we get, who knows, maybe in Superman 3, a wedding, you know, for him and Lois, and then we get eventually Jonathan. I think that could work pretty well. David, don't worry, David is eating spicy stuff. And he's like, it's like that, it's like that Carolina Reaper stuff.
Oh.
So yeah, it's normal. It's normal for him.
Okay.
So he does it before a podcast. No, I'm joking. But yeah, Superman, great. We'll talk about Man of Tomorrow in a moment.
Okay.
Creature Commandos. Did you watch this at all?
I did.
Okay.
I watched it over the last 2 days. I was really late with my homework. Yeah.
But you got it done.
I did get it done. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts first.
So Creature Commandos, I remember this was happening and it's like the first thing in DC and I'm like, okay, whatever, but let's see what the trailer is. The trailer, pretty good trailer. I'm like, okay, I can be down for some of this stuff. You got David Harbour as Frankenstein. Don't know how big of a role he'll have, but you got great things like Sean Gunn, Alan Tudyk, all the other ladies and gents that are in this film, Frank Grillo's, Rick Flag. And I gotta say, after watching it, the best thing, again, it's James Gunn, what he excels in. First off, I would say like the animation's good. It's not like, you know, amazing, but it's good, you know, and I think the voice acting as well, pretty good, pretty well done. And I think where it excels is not the story, but the characters. Again, this is James Gunn's strength. He takes these misfits and puts them together. It's kind of like what his mantra is. And what I would have to say to that is the way this series is framed is you have a story, you have basically half of the episode is story, and then the other half, cutting it back and forth, is backstory of a certain character of the squad. And I think that fits actually really, really well. But I would say that when TV shows do this flashback thing, which there's so many out there. I mean, just look at Heroes, just look at Lost. There's so many examples of this. Lost kind of popularized it, where it's like the story and then a flashback. That can get really tiring, and it's a trope that's kind of just used, and it's like crutched. It's like a crutch that all shows use. I would say that these characters are interesting enough and their backstory is a mystery that you're like hanging on to that.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see if they do continue with these characters in like a season 2, for example. I don't think you can rely on that as a crutch anymore. You're going to have to really hunker down and focus on that story. So I'm looking at it, I love the show, but I'm looking at it objectively. I think that's where my criticism would be for Creature Commandos. It's still very enjoyable. The character actions are great. The team-ups are fun because you have, like, no spoilers, but, I mean, and to be fair, he's in the trailers, but I'm not going to spoil who they're going after. But Rick Flag and Frankenstein pairing those two up with Confusion and them becoming buddies or buddy cop for an episode, and then having to go after a certain villain in DC lore was really cool and really interesting. Not just because of who they were going out. We found out who they're going after, even though he's in the trailer, so you can talk about it. I'm just kind of refraining because you should watch the show. I think it's pretty good. That whole dynamic is entertaining, and the voice acting is good. And Frank Grillo is a good performer. So is David Harbour too. He's kind of just here, I think, in terms of like, oh, he's doing another gig. But these people are now dedicated to doing a live action role of these characters as well. Frank Grillo, the chick who's Bride of Frankenstein. Sean Gunn's already what's his face, but also like if they do bring in G.I. Robot and all that other stuff, that'd be kind of neat. I mean, here's what I would want, and this is a side thing, and then I'll pass it on to you. But to give us the Suicide Squad 2 with these characters, or give us something like for example, after Supergirl, have Lobo be part of the Suicide Squad, and have Luthor Corp like buy out. What's the prison they're in? Blackhaven or whatever. I can't remember what prison they're in. It's like Blackhaven or something. Belle Reve is where Luthor went, and then Superman. But not Blackgate, but they're in one. I think it might be Blackgate actually.
Blackgate's in Gotham.
So is Arkham Asylum. So I can't remember where they're at, but they're here in this prison. So like have Luthor Corp buy this prison out, for example, and that can tie into whatever else you want. Yeah. And then have Lobo have this prison be also space prisoners too. Yeah. And bring in Lobo. And then you could do the Suicide Squad too, something like that. But anyway, what did you think? You kind of crammed this in, but you've had a day to sit on it. What's like your thoughts on Creature Commandos?
I'll admit I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Okay.
It like, you're right when you say that, like, James Gunn knows how to write characters. Like, I really care for each and every single one of them. But you're also right in the sense that it also lacked a main story. Like, it used the backstories as a crutch, as you said. And that was something that I wasn't very much a fan of at all. Like, and oh my goodness.
No, just give it to us.
I have to say it.
Okay.
The music is so abysmal.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I do. As much as I love James Gunn's choice in music, what was he thinking with the soundtrack in this? Like, the theme song, brilliant. Reminded me of Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, it is English songs sung by non-English speakers. And you can't understand what they're saying unless you use subtitles. And even then, the lyrics don't make sense to what's happening in the scene or the characters, like, as a whole. I don't know why he chose the songs that he chose. That was the largest, like, criticism I have, because it's like I am watching the most tragic backstory and I'm hearing someone struggle to sing in English. Why? No disrespect to the artist, because, like, I love the vibe of the music, but the lyrics, they make no sense. whatsoever.
Well, just wait until you get to in the end of Peacemaker season 2, and that one song's called like, I don't know if you've seen the end of Peacemaker season 2, but there's that one song that's like, blank in my butt. Like, it's like, what the heck is going on with this indie music, James? Dude, stop it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
it's so weird.
We'll get to Peacemaker.
Taste. Yeah, he's got weird tastes. So yeah, definitely. Because I rewatched the intro today and I'm like, oh, this intro slaps. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's only 40 seconds. This is great. But then like, you're right. Now thinking back on it, the music it's kind of just random.
Yeah.
And it feels like, hey, this is like random indie Eastern European, Western European stuff I can get rights to really cheaply. I feel, and I love them. Like he like unabashedly probably loves those bands.
Yeah.
But he can also like make the budget low enough and not get super big songs as well. Maybe just get covers of certain songs or in a different language, which works, I think, with this like European centered story.
Yeah.
What? Does it always work? Probably not. So.
And also, the jokes, they were not that great.
No, the humor's not that great either.
Yeah. Creature Commandos, like talking about some wacky.
Yes, wacky stuff.
The late 90s and early 2000s, like pop culture references were so bad. And I get that was the point, but it just wasn't funny. Like I cringed every time I heard one of the knights try to be like cool with the times, but they were so out of touch with American culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like where we're ending in terms of like where the ending point of the show. But and dude, the backstory specifically of Dr. Phosphorus, so good. Oh my god, so heartbreaking and the saddest episode of the whole show. But it's like really just like, I don't know. I really like Alan Tudyk as that character.
Right?
I think he's gonna be like, I think him and a few other folks, especially with Sean Gunn, they're gonna be continuing to be multiple people throughout the DCU.
As long as they don't show their faces, I don't have an issue.
And I think the same is gonna be for, well, I don't know for sure, but I would say the same would be for like David Harbour or something like that. Somebody who's gonna be CGI or whatever like that, or mocap, you know? Like, I think that's gonna be the same. Kind of like Alan Tudyk being number 4 in Superman, the robot.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, Creature Commandos, pretty good. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I never even looked at it over here. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. I also wrote down this afternoon when I was writing, the music choices are also really good in the show. They fit quite well. I don't know if they fit quite well. I think, yes, they're not really good, but I think they do fit at times. But yeah, it's like some dude in southern France or northern Belgium who's trying to belt out these English songs.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
Nothing against the Belgium.
Right.
You guys are all right.
Yeah.
French, that's another story. All right. We'll move on?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Peacemaker. Okay, so I want to know what you think, because I remember we got this show as an announcement after the Suicide Squad, which was a commercial failure, but for many a reason. It was on HBO Max day one, COVID, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But also it's an R-rated superhero movie coming out of the pandemic that has a bunch of random characters, no Superman or anything, or Batman.
Yeah.
So it's not probably going to be a success. And then James Gunn's like, I want to do Peacemaker. And they're like, sure, pal.
Yeah.
And then he does it. And it's funny because here's the thing. There's a lot of shows that kind of need to kick their writers and directors in the butts to get things going. Specifically what producers in the studio does for a living is, hey, we have a deadline. Get it done by then or else. And then they have to turn in what they turn in. With James Gunn, he's such a workhorse and he's just such a crazy writer that he just writes and writes and writes. And I think that's why and he has a clear vision. And I think that's why his stuff gets greenlit a lot.
Yeah.
Because he has it done. It's ready to go. He has the song picks. He's got his voice actors. He has his friends lined up to voice or act in the show as well, or whatever he's got going on. And I think the reason why he gets a lot of stuff greenlit, not just because he's a CEO or a co-CEO, but because he gets his ish done. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the main reasons. I think that's why Peacemaker kind of fit really well. Yeah. Because he's like, hey, I have it all done. And they're like, or I have 7 out of 8 scripts done. They're like, oh, you're like writing it and you're like done? He's like, yeah. They're like, Okay, yeah. Like they'll probably tell him, all right, well, give us a month. I'll give you like a month, 2 or 3 months. He gets it done in like a month.
Yeah,
And then
and
probably goes from there.
something funny, I don't know if you know this, but I forgot whether I heard it from John Cena or James Gunn,
Mm-hmm.
but like when James Gunn killed off Peacemaker, spoilers, in the Suicide Squad, that was supposed to be a one and done thing. He was just supposed to be in and out, but then the studio came to him and was like, if you were to make a show for any of your characters, who would it be? And he was like, well, I enjoyed making this with John so much, so I just have to make a show about Peacemaker. And he broke his one rule that if a character dies, they stay dead.
That's right.
That was his one time he broke his rule.
That's right.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I was just like, in terms of what I was saying beforehand, I totally get that. I think that's one reason why. But I wouldn't be surprised, like just from an outsider's perspective, if that's one reason why stuff gets greenlit is because it's just ready.
Yeah.
You know, and why not? Like you're a studio, and you're like, well, the other writers are, you know, doing their thing. You already have it done. Let's just go forward with it. I think that's one reason why Creature Commandos is done. When they announced the DCU slate, Creature Commandos, he's like, Creature Commandos, blah, 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 blah. It's ready to go. We're
in early pre-production.
He's like, we're in production right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
He's like, the scripts are done. We're just doing the animation and acting and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, cool, nice. You know, let's see, what was I going to say? Peacemaker. I would say this is a really enjoyable show that's like quite interesting when it comes to characters. And again, it's James Gunn. He likes to write and embrace people who are outcasts and does a wonderful job humanizing them with like a warmth and very much humor as well.
Yeah.
And I think especially bringing John Cena in and bringing this like jerk and a-hole and humanizing him with this warmth and humor really accelerates and also gives like these random characters a chance to shine. And it's like, it doesn't work on paper at all.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't work, but it kind of does. I don't know. What are your general thoughts on Peacemaker? I don't know how much you've seen of it.
Yeah, I've watched all of it.
You got it.
Right after I finished Peacemaker, I started Creature Commandos.
Hey,
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, do you want me to give thoughts on the whole series or just season 2?
You can do whole series or season by season if you want. That's
okay. Cool. I'll admit I'm not like, I don't remember a lot of season 1, so I'll just kind of skip over that.
Same. It's been like I think 2 years or 3 years since then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But as far as season 2 goes, I loved it. Ooh. It was so good. I'll admit a lot of like stuff like that, like, of course it's an adult show, but it did really test the limits on how far it could be adult without being restricted.
I think this is like way beyond MA, especially in that first episode of season 2. It's like, it's like, I mean, we're talking like it's bad, you know,
and like
in terms of content, you know, graphic content.
I was gonna mention like some details about that kind of
the whole
episode, that sequence. Yes, but do you have any issues with that?
Just keep it PG-13. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. We try to keep the podcast PG-13.
Understandable.
We say stuff by innuendo. But yeah, you know, basically there's a big party that happens at Chris's house.
Right.
And people are naked. And that's all you need to know.
Okay. Yeah.
With lots of smoking and drinking and all kinds of debauchery.
Okay,
so, there you go.
Keep it at that. Like, you pretty much explained it right there. So I'll just leave it at that. But what James Gunn has a really good kind of like writing like talent for is writing characters who have vices, who have struggles, who like are always in need of like escaping the identity they have assumed based upon the world around them. Like, I've noticed with Superman, the whole idea of his identity being placed into, my mission, what my parents sent me here to do. And then, like, adopting the idea of, it's not my birth parents who made me, but my earth parents who made me. I'm the reason I am the way I am because of them, not because of anyone who gave birth to me or who made me. And similarly, we get that in Creature Commandos, the idea of being labeled as a monster versus being misunderstood. And that's not to say every single one of them is misunderstood. I understand that Dr. Phosphorus, like,
they completely kill people.
Yeah, he chose to be exactly the way he is. But a lot of the other characters' origins, it's very much rooted in the idea of, like, monster by label rather than monster by action.
Yeah.
And then we come to Peacemaker and the idea of Peacemaker just assumes himself to be this screw up, this failure, because that's what he's been told his whole life by his father. That's what he's been, like, trained to believe himself to be. He's the butt of jokes. He's constantly being made fun of. He's not viewed as a superhero. And when we get that certain cameo, he mentions, "Why would I fear a vigilante? Vigilantes are goofy." And so it's like the idea that Christopher Smith, his character is, like, so lost in his identity that he just takes on whatever anybody throws at him. And then when he finally gets the opportunity to escape, he does so.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Well, and it's also interesting, too, when you look at it, because I was really confused watching season 2, because when he finds out in the first episode that there is that, spoilers, I guess, yeah, for the first episode of season 2, when there is that alternate reality or universe where his dad and brother is alive, and he's living he should be very, very thankful for the life he lives. Turns out that Peacemaker over there is just as miserable, just as a jerk, has so many issues with, like, drugs and alcohol that he does as well. However, he's found himself to be in a better life, even in that more miserable world. He just doesn't realize it yet.
Right.
And when he finds his brother and his dad still alive in that other universe, he can't handle it at all. And that's why he's breaking down in that first episode, which I was, like, confused of. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I'm, like, trying to wrap my head around. And you kind of mentioning that, like, being labeled a monster is kind of like, it's the psychoanalysis of this character Peacemaker, where what's the point of this character? He wants to be a superhero. But what's the backstory of this character? Oh, he had a really, like, horribly abusive dad. He accidentally murdered his own brother. Like, there's all these things that we get that build him into this thing that we know him as, and it makes sense. And then you get the fact that there's other people around him that are also labeled as screw-ups or kind of B-tier CIA level people that are now put in this position. And then you have Vigilante, who just loves him for who he is and just thinks he's the best ever.
Yeah.
And it's like you have all these characters that then come together, and it's really interesting to see the dynamics of them in season 1, and then we see the testing of those, like the real test of those dynamics in season 2. Like, what happens when Chris is gone? What are we here for now? What do we do? And the fact that he goes after that good life, regardless of, like, anything he thinks of in the past, just shows, like, his selfishness, but also shows, like, his tragic and sadness as well. So it's just interesting to think about, you know? But, I think season 1, I don't remember much of it. It's pretty, I think it's, I don't know. I haven't rewatched season 1 since, like, 2022 when it came out, or 2023 or whenever. But I remember I really enjoyed it, really loved it. The intro's awesome.
Yeah.
And I actually was really bummed out by the season 2 intro, because of, like, the song choice. The song's not as good. But I went back to the first intro today, and I'm like, oh, this second intro is way better. The song's a little better in the first one. You know, yeah, do you really want it? Do you really want it? And then, like, chase it. But then you get into season 2, and the intro there, it's bigger. There's more characters. And it just, I don't know. I feel like it's a better intro. And then the ending when they all, like, lay on each other like a Greek painting. Yeah. And they're so serious, too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, just straight up deadpan.
Yeah, just deadpan.
Yeah.
They're all just piling on. And then, like, Eagly comes up.
Yeah.
And Eagly, by the way, he's played by D. Bradley Baker, who plays, I don't know if you know who that is. He plays all the clone troopers in the Clone Wars show.
Oh,
He's a great
okay.
voice actor.
I was gonna say the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's like a very well-known voice actor. But yeah, he plays Eagly, which I did not know. But anyway, so like season 1's good. I like all the characters and interactions. And then season 2, I feel like season 2 just gets raw. And it just like with characters. And it's like, it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
I do think there's some people, especially on the, the anti-woke people on YouTube that say, oh, James Gunn, he's woke, blah, blah, blah. No, James Gunn, if you actually look at the jokes and what he's trying to convey, he's pretty in the middle.
Yeah.
When he's writing for an audience, like he's pretty in the middle. Like he'll make fun of people, politically, of both political spheres.
Yeah.
And I think it's really funny. And, I'm not going to spoil it, but what you find out the world that he's going into in season 2 is pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty hilarious. And I think they handle it really well. But I was like, oh, it makes sense. This is like, I was going to make a joke about a certain video game that has to do with shooting Nazis, but I'm not going to go there. I don't want to spoil it. So anyway, but it makes a lot of sense, But anyway, season 2 is like the testing of the limits of those characters.
Yeah.
And I was surprised because I'm like, these characters are okay and cool in season 1. I kind of care about them. And then I really care about them in season 2, especially when you get the dynamic of, some of them meet themselves. And it's like, oh, this is what things could be or can be. And especially the relationship between him and Harcourt, which is like, they're like, do they want to be together? Do they not? She's just broken. And then you find out her backstory and who she was like in a relationship with. And you're like, oh, that's why. And it explains so much. So it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed season 2. I don't think we're going to see another season of Peacemaker. I think this is it.
Yeah, I think this is it.
I think it's going to take either another form. That's why I kind of want to do like I want to see a second Suicide Squad so we can get some of these characters back. Especially stuff like King Shark would be great to get back. So anyway, that's Peacemaker. Again, Vigilante, Economos, Harcourt. What's the chick's name? Leota. They're all so good, especially Leota. She's like the emotional pillar of this whole team, of this whole show.
Yeah.
And John Cena, like, dude, acting wise, he is so good in season 2. Like, how did this dude do it?
Yeah, like, it's crazy to think that the first time I saw John Cena was in the Fred movie.
Yes, that's right.
That's my first experience with John Cena. But then seeing him in this, I'm like, dude, this man can act.
Yeah, it's like, especially compared to The Suicide Squad, which was only 3 years ago. Or no, 4 years ago. Like, compared to now, holy crap, dude. He is just killing it. I can't wait to see where they take Peacemaker next, but I guess we shall see. I will say, season 2, at the very end, it's a little wanting. Like, the whole ending kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, you're not a fan of it?
I was like, I guess this is fine, but I just have questions.
Okay, yeah.
And I that's all I have, and I kind of want answers. But okay, fine. Yeah. I'll let you guys say
I would
universe,
say, like, in a weird way.
Not everything can be wrapped up in a bow.
In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of, like, so Peacemaker season 1, like, you have, like, a solid story with a solid ending.
Yeah.
And then season 2, it kind of leaves you with the, like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on now? And in a weird way, it reminds me of my first time watching Star Wars episode 4 and 5.
Ooh.
Watching A New Hope and then, what was it? Empire? Yeah, then watching Empire. In an odd way, it reminds me of that experience. Like, okay, like, here's a fun movie. What happened?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, like,
the bad guys won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool because, like, again, not everything needs to be wrapped up in a bow. Totally get it. And honestly, the journey that we go on in season 2 is really rewarding and kind of has its finality in episode 7.
Yeah.
And then you get episode 8, which is like the setup for whatever's next in this DCU. But it's like, where are we going? Which is kind of perfect because do you have any final thoughts on Peacemaker?
I will say my main criticism is, as much as you love him, I genuinely despise Vigilante.
Really?
Like, I love, like, how comedic he is.
Oh, yeah, like how he treats his mom?
Yeah. Like,
oh, bro, it's like, what the heck?
Like,
so mean.
Yeah, like, she just asked if you wanted a peanut butter sandwich, and you're acting like a kid. You're acting like a preteen, dude.
Yeah, he is just...
Yeah,
and it's like, it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
But like, as it's like going on and scene to scene, and him treating his mom that way, I'm like, holy crap, he is so evil.
Yeah. And his decision making, he needs a lot of work. Yeah, like, he just jumped straight to action. Yes. And as funny as it was for the first season, it just made me so mad the second season. Because it's like, what are you doing, dude? Yeah. Like, you nearly got yourself and everyone else killed.
Yep.
Again, for the third time this episode.
Yeah. And like, yeah, this is spoilers, by the way. But like, when you find out in his basement where he lives, his parents' basement, when you find out it's all just like packed up cocaine and $100 bills and drugs and weapons. He's like, yeah, this is he's like, yeah. And they're like, why don't you do something with all this money? There's millions of dollars down here. He's like, it's blood money. And then like, he bends down to like change into his outfit, and everybody's like, he's like, they're like, Steve Aggie's like, oh yeah, this is blood money. It's really bad. They're like stuffing it in their jackets and stuff.
And then she's all like, you told me you couldn't afford your lunch last week. I paid for you.
I paid for you. Again, the humor, especially in Peacemaker, is pretty good. I will say, back on the graphic like content stuff, I feel like it's way too much at times. Even watching the trailer for Creature Commandos and the level of violence that's in the show, I feel like it's a little too much at times.
In Peacemaker or Creature Commandos?
Creature Commandos. The trailer for Creature Commandos. I think the violence is fine here, but I feel like, I don't know. It's like, why do we need to see this? Like, a lot of the like sexual content, like, I feel like a lot of it's like unneeded. But then again, I think a lot of people feel that way for a lot of shows. I mean, there's Game of Thrones. It exists. If you want to go watch it, go watch it.
I was going to say, going back to Creature Commandos, since you did mention it. Yeah. Another like negative that I do have was, what are your positives? Or kind of positives. I was not a fan of the animation.
It's pretty, it can be, I think it can be interpreted as pretty cheap, and I think it is cheap.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Tomorrowverse. I don't know if you've watched any of those movies. Yeah. They're DC movies. It was the reboot after the DC animated movie universe. Different from the DC animated universe. It's a weird debacle.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the style, it lacked color. It was like Creature Commandos was a slightly more saturated version of that art style.
Okay.
But it's still like, I didn't like it.
Well, I think I was actually watching some clips from like, Superman Red Son and a couple other like Batman films on YouTube today. And I feel like a lot of the animation in those DC films just plain out sucks. Like those straight to DVD and Blu-ray and streaming movies. They're just crap. Like, just a lot of them are pretty bad.
Yeah.
However, like if you've seen like Batman Ninja or anything, you're like, whoa, this is crazy. That's because the Japanese folks do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the anime folks over there.
The Lego Batman movie.
Oh, dude, that's okay. Let's get into it. I want to see a sequel to that in the DCU. That's what I want to see. But anyway, so yeah, final thoughts. Excited for what we got. Let's get into what we want.
Okay.
All right. So Malachi, I want to let you start off, if you don't mind. But what do you want to start off with? I have 3 basic things here. I have like speculation / things we want to see, casting of the Justice League, and then like casting of random characters. What do you want to go with first? Because I feel like, what do you want to start with? What specifically do you want to talk about? What we know, like Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl?
I would say let's talk about like what we know, and then deep dive into like what can happen going forward, or what should happen.
Let's do that. Let's start with Man of Tomorrow. Or let's start with Supergirl.
Okay.
So let's start with Supergirl. We know it's coming out next year, summer. Instead of the tagline "Look Up," it's "Look Out."
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. And I really hope it does well for itself, because I just want it to be another successful project for DC. You get Jason Momoa as Lobo. God, I can't wait to see that. I don't know if you saw the like one of the gaffers took a picture
Oh
of the
yeah.
fight scene they were filming with Lobo and Supergirl. Like just a picture. And I'm like, oh, I can already see it.
And there's like a 3-second clip of like one like action move. But yeah, like
yeah,
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. What do you want to see? And let's start with Supergirl.
Okay. With Supergirl, I want it to be like more clear on its ending because I've read the comic it's inspired off of, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of it, not because the writing isn't good, but for the majority, it's like wonderful. It is visually stunning and it makes sense. But the end, it wraps up in like maybe a page and maybe 2 extra panels. And it's hard to make sense of what happens.
Okay.
There's 2 endings, and I won't spoil them, but there's 2 endings that apparently both happen.
Oh,
and
wait, huh?
Yeah, and you're supposed to decipher how that works.
What?
Like, there was a whole forum that I read on Reddit. I went to Reddit for it just because I was so confused. And then once I read it, I was like, oh, that makes much more sense. Please make it more clear in the movie.
Yeah, and before we even get into what we want, I just want to make a preface. Just for me, like, I'm not a comics guy. I'm not super into the comics, that kind of thing. But I'm a fan of movies. I know some actors, not personally, but I know of actors and I've seen what they are in and I follow the directors and producers and that kind of thing, especially James Gunn. So, like, I'm coming from that side of things. You are a big comic guy, I would say.
I wouldn't say I'm a big comic guy. I'm like entry level.
Entry level.
Like I'm entry level.
Entry level. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And we just really enjoy cinema, both of us.
Yes, sir.
And we're intrigued to see where this goes. So anyway, sorry, continue. So you want a more clear ending in Supergirl?
Yes, I want the ending to be very clear. No confusion whatsoever. Because when I finished that, I genuinely thought that I'll admit I pirated the comic.
Yeah.
So when I read it, I was like, please don't tell me like my phone is lagging and I'm not able to see the ending.
Yeah.
But then I like zoom in and I see in very small letters, the end. And I'm just like, what? Like, wow, why end like that? I went into like 2 days of research, found out how it worked, and I was like, yeah, just please be more clear.
Okay.
Yeah, but visually, if it is anything like the comic book, we are in for a treat.
Oh, really?
My goodness.
Okay.
The art is beautiful. Like, if you thought Superman was outlandish with like how there's kryptonite, how there's like pocket dimensions, this, that, and the fourth, you are not prepared for Supergirl.
Really?
My goodness. There's planetary travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's fights with space dragons.
Okay. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah,
it's just, and there's time skips.
What? Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I think I listened to it's either Comics Extraordinary or Comics Explained. I broke it down, so I think I heard his thing on it.
Yeah, there's time skips. There's so much that goes into it. Like, if it's anything like the majority of the comic, then we're in for a treat.
Dude. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because that was my thing that I was going to say for what I wanted for this is I wanted to establish the cosmic side of this universe. And I feel like we're going to get that because you could say the same thing for Lanterns, but I feel like that's going to be, and they already made it clear, it's an Earth story where the Lanterns are here and they're figuring out a mystery. Yeah. That's what it's about. It takes place on Earth. Will we see cosmic stuff? Will we see Aura? Is it Aura? The Green Lantern place. What's it called? The Guardians of Aura? Aura?
It's not Aura.
Allie's screaming into her phone right now listening to this.
Let me
The
look.
Guardians of Oa.
Oa.
Yeah,
Guardians
that's
of
it.
Oa.
Okay, Oa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think we're gonna see Oa. We might see a little bit of it, but like, I want to see the establishment of the cosmic side of this. We got glimpses in Superman of the alternate universe or the potential thereof. Really good look at it, actually. What happens when you mess that up? Also, a clear view of cloning
Yeah.
and what cloning superheroes are like. It's like, okay, this could be cool. Black holes, all this kind of thing. So like, and that's just on Earth. It's like,
Yeah.
give me some cosmic stuff. Give me a bar fight on the Red Sun planet where Supergirl is drinking at the bar and Lobo walks in and he is going to tear the place up and they have their first introductory fight. And then we go along wherever the story goes. Because I think what's going to happen, because I know a little bit about the comic too, just a little, but I think it's going to be mainly, a lot taken from that comic. With Lobo, because Lobo's not in that comic, right?
Not at all. No.
So I think they're gonna have him follow her as she like does all this stuff in that story, and then we'll see where it ends. But I feel like he's gonna be the follower, the person who's going after her or the person she's protecting.
I don't think he's gonna be after the person, or actually,
maybe.
I was gonna say
because they could alternate the story.
Yeah, but I was gonna say like we know for certain that Creme of the Yellow Hills is the villain from both the comic and the film.
Oh.
So I'm thinking like somewhere in that story, what's it called? Lobo, like just
maybe he's working for somebody.
Maybe, yeah.
That could be really cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna see for Supergirl. I think let's move on to Lanterns because this is really interesting. So I'm going to move on to Lanterns. Let's do this because with Lanterns, it's basically the creators of True Detective. They pitched a show. They got it greenlit. They're writing it. I don't remember who's directing, but we got the showrunners of True Detective. It's like, okay. And it's a buddy cop mystery with Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. Oh, mama. I can't wait. And you got the Aaron Pierre guy from that one
Rebel
Netflix
Ridge.
movie, Rebel Ridge. Thank you. Rebel Ridge as John Stewart.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What I'm excited for this. I don't have no idea what to expect, but I'm sold. Whatever this is, I'm sold.
I would say like I'm sold as well, but I really hope we're not restricted to Earth the entirety.
Yeah, I'm worried
as
about
much
that.
as I understand that like it's an Earth-based like mystery. I really hope that the mystery extends beyond Earth because that was people's complaints with the 2011 Green Lantern is that it stayed too much on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, I think there were only 3 scenes in that movie that dealt with the Guardians of Oa and with, like, the Lantern Corps. And then
Michael
the rest
Clark
of it was
Duncan
just
as
Earth.
Kilowog.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect casting. And then Mark Strong as Sinestro, or not Sinestro yet,
Yeah.
And then the whole other movie. Those were the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't rewatched it in a long time. My mother loves, shout out to my mom, she loves the 2011 Green Lantern movie. She's watched it so many times. And like, I watched it, I think like 4 years ago. And I'm like, this is fun. Like, it's definitely not great. Maybe not even good. But I really enjoy it for what it is what I'll say.
I try to enjoy it for what it is what I'll say.
And you know what? We're coming from that, but we're getting an HBO show about lanterns. So you know what? And Guy Gardner's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? I'm down. But I'm worried about that aspect too. Like, I trust him because HBO. I also think the Penguin was a great test bed for what, and I know it's Elseworlds, however, and the Batman stuff. But you know what? It's HBO. I trust them. Also, did you see the trailer for the new Game of Thrones show with the Knight? Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
I wasn't going to watch the trailer, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm right here. Let me watch it. I don't care at all about Game of Thrones. I'll be perfectly real. However, this show actually looks really good. Like, I actually might watch it. Like, this new Game of Thrones, because it's like 1,000 years before the events, and it's like, it's more drama and knights than dragons. and it looks like an actual hero story. So it's like, okay, in the Game of Thrones universe, I think I'm intrigued. But anyway, that's HBO. But HBO, I trust them. I think they'll do good. But yeah, I'm worried it's just going to be like, oh, we walk into a diner. Oh, hey, how you doing? Are you an alien in disguise? Boom, Men in Black. I feel like it's going to be something like that, you know?
Yeah, I really
Sorry, I had to drop Men in Black.
I really hope it's not that. Now you have me worried.
Oh, no!
My.
Oh, we're going to get Men in Black and on Earth. Well, I guess Men in Black is on Earth, but we're going to get Men in Black, but with Kyle Chandler.
Please use the memory eraser on your dog.
Yeah, I'll get it for you when we watch it. Okay. Oh, shoot, what else? Oh, Clayface. All right, so Clayface. Okay. Really excited that Mike Flanagan wrote the script. It's heavily inspired by the Batman animated series 2-episode arc where we get introduced to Clayface. I saw the set photos. They're filming in a city, which I'm guessing is Chicago or something, and all the stuff is branded as Gotham. All the signs, cars, everything. Looks intriguing. It's going to be a body horror movie. I'm so down. The dude who did the new remake of Speak No Evil with James McAvoy is doing it as the director. I'm very excited. I have some reservations, but in Flanagan, I trust. What do you think, Malachi?
I would say, I'm intrigued. It definitely piqued my curiosity because it's like Clayface is one of Batman's rogues that has never really been done in live action. And to do an entire film focusing on Clayface, that's a bold move. That's a very, very bold move.
Yeah, and the only thing in terms of, I guess, fanboy stuff is, are we going to get introduced? Because here's the thing. Oh, I wrote notes about this. Let me get down here. Clayface is part of the DCU. In an interview with James Gunn, he says this in quotes, "It was important that Clayface be part of the DCU. It's an origin story for a classic Batman villain that we want to have in our world." Continuing on, Gunn then said this is from the article from IGN. Gunn then said Clayface wouldn't have been a great fit for the more grounded The Batman epic crime saga. He says in quotes, "It was very outside of the grounded non-superhero human characters in Matt's world," Gunn said. So this is taking place in the DCU.
Right.
Which is very interesting. Now, we have already seen Clayface in one thing, and that's all I'll say. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And like I said.
Took me a second.
Yeah, like I said before, he's in the trailer, but that's all I'll say. Anyway, I don't know. If you were paying attention to the podcast, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Context clues.
Context clues, yeah. Innuendo, it works. I'm excited for this. I think I would have to see a trailer before I kind of know how I feel about it. But all the clues are kind of lining up. Mike Flanagan's not directing it. He's just wrote the script. But the fact that he was inspired and was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. And I know what I want. And I think he's a fan. I mean, who's not a fan of the Batman the Animated Show?
Yeah.
Or series. So it's like, I think he knows his stuff. I think he knows what he's doing. With a good script and decent director. And also the actor I don't know what he's been in. He's kind of a no-name actor. But I'm down. I'm down for it. So, Clayface, any final thoughts on Clayface, Malachi?
I would say, you mentioned that it was filmed in Chicago.
Well, I don't know what city. It's in a city of some kind.
I was going to say, I believe it was Glasgow. And that's why people, online, I don't know if you were paying attention, but people were like, oh, this is going to be in the Batman universe, yada, 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 merger. But yeah, and then...
Yeah, people are freaking out.
And then what made it worse was some goober on set decided to draw the Batman logo onto a piece of duct tape and put it to a dumpster.
Oh my gosh, really?
And they took a photo from afar. And it's like, dude, please, you're adding fuel to the fire.
You're fueling the ex-Snyder Bros, guys. Come on.
No, I wouldn't say that the Snyder Bros.
I'm joking.
I would argue that they're on par with the Snyder Bros, which is sad considering that the Batman's only 3 years old.
These are the same guys that were vehemently mad that Ben Affleck got cast as Batman all those times ago, I would say. And now they have kids. And now those 12-year-olds are now on the internet being like, no, the Batman, Robert Pattinson needs to be the DCU's Batman. Yeah. And we can get into that if you want. I'm cool with him being separate. I don't want him as the Batman. our Batman in this universe.
Yeah, like narratively, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
But as far
And the
as
David
like
Cornsweet on the same screen could be cool.
yeah,
Sure.
but like I watched the two movies, Superman and the Batman back to back. I can't see it.
No, I can't see it either.
Yeah, I was like
I see the photoshops and I'm like, kind of, but it's so different.
yeah.
It's so mystical and fantasy. That's what this new James Gunn's DCU is about, is mystical and fantasy and monsters. The Batman, none of that.
Yeah.
It's just grounded Seven homage to Seven, homage to David Fincher, all that kind of stuff. And Matt Reeves. And it's so funny. Did you watch you did the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with James Gunn after Superman came out? Did you watch that? It was like a 45-minute interview. He had James Gunn on, and it was right after Superman came out. It was right after like the first reviews dropped or something like that. Right after the film.
Did.
It's the one where he explained the scene of him directing Cornsweet during the final monologue. Yeah, that's where that comes from. He mentioned that. Oh shoot, what was I even going with this? He said he asked him, "What directors do you want in the DCU?" And he said, "Matt Reeves." And I was like, "Oh shoot, that's awesome!"
Yeah.
Like, cause like Matt Reeves do the Batman.
Yeah.
But like. Matt Reeves, can you give us something else later on, Like do your trilogy and then what's next,
Yeah.
But anyway, so he said that and then Greta Gerwig, which I was like, what, huh? But I'm not a fan of her, but honestly I haven't seen much of her work. I haven't seen Lady Bird or Little Women or even Barbie.
I watched Barbie. Yeah.
David, I think, has as well.
It's not as bad as people were saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. But like and I've very, very, very skeptical about her doing a Chronicles of Narnia film for Netflix.
Yeah, I'll admit that too.
Very, very skeptical.
Yeah,
about that.
she described her Narnia as what was it, like rock and roll? And I was like, and I immediately like tensed up. I was like,
yeah, you're taking
no, thank
there's gonna be
you.
so many Catholics mad at you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so side
Lewis
topic.
is writhing in his grave.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What were we even talking about? Clayface?
Yeah, we were just on Clayface.
Yeah. It's cool. I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
I think October next year. So
Yeah, it's crazy how much we have within the next year. We
that's
have
crazy.
Lanterns in the early bit of 2026, Supergirl in June, and then
Clayface.
Yeah.
And there's even whispers right now that they might be moving Lanterns to later in the year. Yeah, I know. I'm sad too. But here's the thing. If they just got done filming, by the way. So if they just got done filming and our premiere is like, 4 months away?
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot of time
Fair.
to do all the CGI for all the episodes, for all the post-production.
Fair.
I could see them pushing it back. And also, it might be a narrative thing. They might push it back because cosmically, maybe there's something in Supergirl that they want the audience to know first, and then we'll get Lanterns.
Fair.
Then we'll get a release order like the Penguin did earlier.
Yeah,
this
I
year,
get you.
You know? Other than that, we have some whispers of James Gunn has talked about an Authority movie, which we've heard nothing on. We have heard the thing that you mentioned before to me, where he said, yeah, there's been a project that we've been through like 10 scripts, and we're just going to put it on the shelf for now because we can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's funny because we found out that one of the projects were canceled because he was, what's it called? He was interviewed by this guy on TikTok while promoting Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I kind of like hit that
you're all right.
mic, but yeah, while promoting Superman, James Gunn was interviewed, and this guy, he was just like, "Hey, like we have these movies showing up, we have The Authority," and he's like,
Ooh. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah, he's like, we're working on it still. We're working on it. And then I believe later on is when he said, yeah, we've like canceled a project.
Yeah. And honestly, like James Gunn's very outspoken and stuff. And here's the thing with DCU. They have the template for the DCU, which is Marvel and what Marvel did. Marvel, there was a bunch of stuff rumored, I think, after the first Avengers that we thought was going to come out and it never did. So there's been stuff like this before where they said, like, oh, we're working on something, and then it never happens. Movie specifically.
I would say it's more specific to DC because, to think about all we were announced back in 2014, I believe, when DC had their
That's a good
panel.
Point. Yeah.
Yeah, like, out of all of their, like...
Out of all those films,
their slate, there was only Suicide Squad, David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And then...
The
Justice
Flash,
League.
eventually.
No, The Flash wasn't even like that, The Flash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was Justice League, like the theatrical Justice
That's right.
League.
Yeah.
And then Batman versus Superman, and then Suicide Squad, and that was the only ones that came to fruition.
Oh.
They had Green Lantern in the works. They had Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman. Aquaman. And Wonder Woman.
Right. And
I
Wonder
forgot
Woman.
about those.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Flash came out like 10 years way later.
Yeah.
As well. So we have like those, and also
Black Adam. Yeah.
Dude, that was announced. I didn't know this. That was announced back in 2012.
Yeah.
With The Rock. And
he was
like,
attached to it for the last...
We're doing it.
Yeah, he was attached to it for 10 years, and it still didn't work.
And he said, we're releasing it in 2015, and then 2016 happens, and then they re-announce it.
Yeah.
What did you think of Black Adam? Let's stop right there. What did you think of Black Adam? I'm curious.
I only enjoyed Dr. Fate.
Oh, God, yes.
Hawkman.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dynamic, specifically the dynamic between Atom Smasher and Cyclone.
Okay.
But I didn't like their characters.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
The chemistry was cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Adam.
It was just the Rock in a costume.
Hold up my strings, you know?
Yeah. But dude, the fact that they tried to make him...
Malachi.
They tried to make him comic accurate in that scene of the flashback where they give him the hairline.
Yeah.
But it just looks spray painted. I was sitting there with my dad. He was eating it up. And I'm just sitting there with my mouth agape like, his hairline is receding to the back.
That's CGI?
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, there's no way this made it past the editors. There's no way they thought this looked good.
That movie just, like, especially in the flashbacks and, like, the stuff they bring up in that film, it reeks of that era of DC with Zack Snyder and stuff where you're like, what? What's going on here?
Like, I'll admit, I enjoyed the first, like, 10 minutes, like, we get with Black Adam specifically. Like, that fight sequence
and
where
the
he's like...
music.
Yeah, where,
the
like,
theme.
He's just standing there and he's, like, absorbing the nuclear warheads.
Yep.
And, like, he's just unfazed. I was like, okay, this can be cool. But then they introduce Satan himself as the villain.
That's right.
But you don't get him until the end. They introduce him, wait on him, and then he's there at the end, and he has his whole plan devised. It's like you were just waiting in the background, like you were just there.
And Black Adam's like, I'm defeated. I don't want to be Black Adam. He's like, what are you talking about, dude? You've been here thousands of years. Like, what's going on?
Bro needed to get hyped up by a kid.
By a kid? You can do it, Black Adam. Oh, that movie's all kinds of messed up. We'll see what... I'm really trying to see what the live-action Moana looks like with him as Maui.
Oh, the trailer just came out today.
Yeah, the trailer. Did you see it?
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that movie.
Am I tripping, or did they just use the original soundtrack and have the actress, like, what's it called, lip sync?
I don't think so. It sounded different to me.
Okay, because I was going to say...
And it sounded worse.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I think a lot of us have heard that soundtrack a lot. And listening to this trailer, it's definitely different. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Okay, so that's Black Adam. Well, actually, that's a good segue into what we want to see, because we know the Authority is basically not coming. We know there's a Battle of Themyscira, or what's it called? There's some
Paradise
kind of
Lost.
Paradise Lost, or some kind of HBO show about the prelude of
the history of
the
Themyscira.
Themyscirians, that kind of thing. We'll see if that comes out. We'll see. And It's funny. He's announced this stuff, but they don't have scripts. But they will only greenlight things to happen and shoot if there are scripts.
Yeah, I think he got a little ahead of himself.
Yeah.
And then once he realized that, like, he can't just go into it like Marvel, he started, like, refraining.
Yeah, but like Booster Gold, for example, which
Yeah.
I think is happening. Like, I'm definitely think that's going to happen. But, like, we'll see if when the Battle Paradise, I keep calling it Battle of Themyscira, which sounds dope, but the Paradise Lost show, we'll see if that ever happens. I can't even remember what else. I think there's probably a few other things I'm not thinking of.
Swamp Thing,
that's right. Will Mangold ever get to it, though, Malachi? James Mangold. I don't know. I don't know.
We can only
He's got a Star Wars trilogy he's got to do. He's doing another history movie with Timothy Chalamet that's being bid for in Hollywood right now. That's his next project, by the way. So we'll see if Swamp Thing even happens.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate, you know? And I love Mangold. He's great. Like, he has stinkers and winners. You got what's it called? Ford versus Ferrari. Great movie. Fantastic movie.
He did Ford versus Ferrari?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Logan, you know, he's got bangers. And Kate and Leopold. You can't forget about Kate and Leopold. That's where the relationship with Hugh Jackman started with the Mangold. But anyway. But you also have, you got Indiana Jones 5 as well, you know, which it wasn't entirely his fault, but it's kind of, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know? And then you also have bangers like Complete Unknown that came out and it's getting Oscar buzz, you know? So he's a good director and writer for sure. And I would love to see and he's passionate about the Swamp Thing. He was pretty high up on it. He's like, yo, I'm like, this is my thing. If I'm going to do anything, that's what I want to do. So more power to him, but will he ever get to it? We'll see. So, but what was I going to say? I can't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, you said that. And then, the Boy Wonder project.
Oh, Dynamic Duo.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like, for the audience, there is like this project that is greenlit at DC right now from this animation company who does puppets.
Yeah.
And these puppets are basically like stop motion puppets in real time.
It's witchcraft. It's
legit. I don't know what kind of black magic they have, but they did a screen test
got like 8 fingers
of Hogarth from Iron Giant that they made, and the eyes, the mouth, the lips, everything just moves so smoothly. And it's basically marionette puppets, but it's like the modern age of marionette puppet where they control it and it's from behind, and it's really interesting. And now that because of those screen tests and everything, and I love how it's like this young blood studio that's like up and coming is now part of this Dynamic Duo project with, I don't know who the character, I think it's Robin and Nightwing.
It's Jason Todd and Dick Grayson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie that's puppets, but it's Jason Todd and Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be canon in the DCU, but I if you go up and look up these screen tests of these puppets, it's really impressive. And I just can't wait to see what they do in terms of action with it. So there's that. In terms of Man of Tomorrow, Malachi. Well, doesn't matter.
Jake.
What do we want to see in Man of Tomorrow? We know for sure. It's Superman. It's all the people we know. And it's Lex Luthor in the suit. And they're teaming up for something. That's all we know.
Actually, that's not all we know.
Oh, what do we know?
There was an article that came out, I believe, 2 days ago.
What?
Brainiac is officially the villain.
Officially?
Yes. Here, let me look
it up real quick.
Let me look up the exact article because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be like trolled or something.
Well, also, like, while you bring that up, James Gunn did kind of sneakily mention on Threads at one point that one of the key arts that he released on Threads basically points to Brainiac being the villain. And it was like some kind of weird skull figure or an icon of a skull. And it was like a robot skull, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's basically Brainiac, but we shall see.
By the looks of it, it was the Wrap.
Oh, the Wrap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's somewhat reputable.
Exclusive. Oh. The Wrap. James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow villain is Brainiac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. And this was from just a report they got, or?
Yeah, an exclusive report they got. Yeah.
All All right. Well, until we find out it's in like, and this was 2 days ago?
I believe three days.
So like that Friday.
Yeah.
It might be real. Once it comes up in
Possibly.
like Hollywood Reporter and Variety,
Fair,
like
yeah.
the trades, then it's
Yeah.
like confirmed basically.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Because it could be a thing where like the leaker or whoever reaches out to multiple publications, but some of the trades will be like, we're gonna hold off until we get another confirmation from somebody else.
Yeah.
And Rap's like, oh, we'll just take this one and confirm
I get
it.
you, yeah.
So it could be something like that, but we'll see.
Yeah, it could
I
be.
believe it. Like
Yeah.
I totally believe that Brainiac will be it.
There's no other villain that I could possibly think of other than maybe Mongol.
Oh, is that the dude with the cape and the demon face? Oh, that's another character. That's in the dark side world, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think like a Mongol is
Who's Mongol?
like
Mongol.
he looks like Darkseid, but he has yellow skin and purple armor.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
yeah.
He runs this planet called Warworld.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be interesting because if we get the cosmic side of stuff with Supergirl introduced, and we might, like, here's the thing, if we get Lobo, what is the chance we might get something from, Apocalypse, which is Darkseid's world? Or like the other world that's always warring with Darkseid, which is like the dude with the helmet and the white eyes in the comic and on that little like go-kart thing that flies in space. You know what I'm talking about? He's in red. He's dressed in red. I can't remember his name, but he's in like Justice League Unlimited and stuff. He's like the son of the basically Zeus in the war between Darkseid and stuff.
Gosh, I
don't remember his name.
Does he have a helmet?
Yes.
Like kind of looks like Peacemaker?
Yes.
Orion.
Yeah. Like what if
yeah.
we see like Orion or something in Supergirl or even in Man of Tomorrow? Like that way you can connect those two. And so, okay, Brainiac is the villain. Let's say that is the case.
Yes.
What are you expecting from this Superman?
What am I expecting or what am I wanting?
Let's start with what you want and then what you expect.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want, Malachi? Tell me.
Okay. Like, we're going to get into casting later, right?
Yeah, we're going to get to that next after this.
Okay. So, what I want with Brainiac is definitely a discussion on the state of AI in Hollywood.
Ooh.
Like,
okay.
Or just AI as a whole. Because being that Brainiac, like, more is commonly known by his AI counterpart, is definitely something that I think should be acknowledged. Like, as much as it's, like, known that he is also an alien, like, there's that adaptation versus the original adaptation of the alien versus him being Kryptonian-made AI. Like,
ooh, I see where you're going. That would be cool.
I think that I would say I want Brainiac to be the AI version over the alien. But, or kind of like a weird mix of the two. Like, he gives himself this organic looking body despite the fact that he himself is not, like, he himself is not organic. He's made. He's like man-made.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with Brainiac. I like where you're going with that. I think that'd be dope. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Gunn's going. Because he's pretty acute to commenting on cultural fights between people on the internet, as seen in Peacemaker and a bunch of other stuff he's done.
Superman especially?
Yeah, Superman too?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, dude, especially Superman. Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, like, where else could he go? That kind of might be the next step for him.
Yeah.
And he's already turned in about a month or two ago. His main outline is going in for a draft right now. So they're fast tracking this movie. They're probably already in pre-production as we speak.
Yeah.
Like they're probably going to start filming next summer and get that done. So here's my thing. We have a bunch of stuff going on in Superman 1, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say that's not going to happen in Man of Tomorrow? Where it's Brainiac is the main baddie. We have Luthor, who's combining his brains with Superman's bronze. And they're figuring this out, right? Also, Brainiac is collecting things in the universe, according to the comics and cartoons.
Yeah.
What's he coming to Earth to collect? Just the civilization, just the planet? Is it Superman? What is it? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Like,
I mean, it's not Hawkgirl.
yeah. Yeah, no, he definitely is coming to Earth specifically for Hawkgirl. Absolutely. Yeah.
No, it's Metamorpho.
No, oh yeah. Yeah. No, Baby Joey.
Baby Joey. Yeah, just Baby Joey.
Yeah. Yeah. But
how does that work? We don't know.
I would say that, like, dude, this kind of has been a reoccurring thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've heard of I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream.
I think you've mentioned it to me, and my sisters have played the game. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah.
But there's a book.
Yeah, the Allied Master Computer, AM, if they just do a 1-for-1 of how AM is characterized for Brainiac, that would be absolutely brilliant. Especially if he's Kryptonian tech.
Yeah.
The idea that, like, he being a Kryptonian AI made to service them, only to, like, witness the world around him destroyed, and then, like, kind of at the hands of their own people. And then, like, he would kind of, like, have a hatred towards the people of Krypton, despite, like, maybe he tried to, like, help them, and they wouldn't take his advice, and it led to Krypton's destruction.
And then that's the destruction.
And it's like, you created me to help you, yet you did not take my advice.
And then there's bitterness.
The idea, and then the whole, like, idea that he contains Kandor, a city, to, like, this little thing, and turns people into, like, his own personal, like, playthings.
Are we gonna get that?
I really hope that's what they're doing. And he comes to Earth for Superman and maybe Supergirl, because he knows that they're the only, like, 2 Kryptonians that are, like, left. Like, maybe, like, all that is left is just them 2, apart from the people of Kandor that he captured into his little capsule.
I've heard some theories about what this could be about, and especially with Lex and Superman. What if we get a part where Superman and Lex team up against Brainiac in the movie, they lose, and then they're put into, like, the city of Kandor. And then they have to figure out how to get out of there by teaming up together. And at the same time, you have storylines with Lois, Supergirl, Guy Gardner. Who knows if Lobo is a turn for a good and is helping them out this time. I don't know what happens at the end of Supergirl, but what if? And all these other characters, Mr. Terrific for a fact, Jimmy Olsen, they're all trying to figure out how to beat Brainiac or how to get the Lex and Clark out of there. Like, what if it's something like that? And then the whole finale, third act, is them getting out and beating the crap out of Brainiac.
Yeah.
You know? I also want to introduce a theory that I found, which is really interesting. Because, actually, before I get into that, how this film ends, I think, dude, is they save the day, Brainiac's dead, or maybe he's not, whatever. But then, like in the animated series, because they defeat Brainiac, Superman then inherits all of his, like, gatherings and his creatures and all that stuff and places it in the Fortress of Solitude.
Oh.
In fact, I remember watching Greg Miller who's part of Kind of Funny Games and Kind of Funny, just the media company, and he loves Superman. He's a Superman fanatic, and he was saying that the kaiju in the trailer, when they were analyzing the trailer, is a monster that escaped from the Fortress of Solitude, and that's what the whole plot of Superman is at the time. That's his theory.
Yeah.
Now, here's how it ends. I think it's going to be, and then again, this is just Jake's theory, so whatever, grain of salt. But I think it's going to end with them beating Brainiac. Superman gets the stuff, puts it in the Fortress of Solitude. Then Luther gets public opinion, and he gets credit for saving the day.
President Luther?
And then we get President Luther in the number 3.
Dude.
That's what I'm thinking is what happens. He goes from being in prison at the end of the first one to being like on the road to his political career in the end of the second one.
Yeah, like he's definitely...
He redeems himself to the people.
Yeah, and
that's what he wants.
That was set up in Peacemaker.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Now, I do want to introduce this theory as we go through. Because, okay, so that's Man of Tomorrow. That's what we're thinking. That's cool. All right, speculation. You ready, Malachi? So Bradley Cooper, big actor, right? Cameo is Jor-El, right?
Spoiler.
Or is he? what if the video, which wasn't doctored, there's more to it? What if it's not Jor-El, but Bradley Cooper is actually Zod?
I really hope it's not that.
And then that's the reason the video is like that.
Yeah.
And so the twist happens, but now there's a reason why that twist happens. And maybe Jor-El is somebody else, or maybe we don't even know who Jor-El is or who plays him or whatever. All we know is Superman was sold this lie because it was from Zod himself.
Yeah.
That's just a theory that I heard, and I'm like,
yeah.
that could be kind of cool, but would it defeat the purpose of the whole twist in the first one?
It would. I
Because it's
believe
so
it
cool.
would.
It's so cool.
Yeah. And it's definitely, like, I hear people, like, complain that it's like, oh, why are you copying Invincible? It's like, Superman did it first. It's been a thing since post-Crisis, the original Crisis on 2 Earths, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that his origin was like retooled to be him being sent to conquer Earth and continue the Kryptonian like species on Earth. But yeah, it's like it's not new. Yeah, and it's definitely not something that was done once and never done again. Because then again, you have Superman Birthright, which redoes the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I would say that, yeah, it would defeat the purpose to have it be revealed that it's Zod, because it's like, that would just like...
It kind of lose something special.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'd be a cool twist, but it'd be like, for what though?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I would love to see Bradley Cooper fight David Cornswet. That'd be kind of cool. But what are we sacrificing here? You know, are we losing our focus? I like the whole Brainiac thing, and I think that's what's going to happen. You know what I just thought of though? What if in Supergirl or Lanterns we get introduced to the Phantom Zone, and we get to hold the Phantom Zone in this gun, right?
Yeah.
And Luthor gets a hold of it or whatever. But anyway, the point is, introducing Supergirl. That's how Lobo is taken care of. He gets sucked into the Phantom Zone. And then in Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl's like, oh, I think we need to bring him back to help us out. Because who's just as strong as me? It's him. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? And then it's, she submits to him, makes him submit when he gets there. He's like, what are you doing her? And he's like, we're going to fight Brainiac together.
I was going to say.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it. You have to wait.
Why do I have to wait?
You have to wait for Supergirl.
Oh, for the comic.
No, not for the comic, like just in general, like for the movie, for the comic.
Okay.
Like whichever one comes
the
first.
Audience on edge. For that.
Yeah.
That's a little tease for what's going to happen. Okay, Supergirl. All right, cool. Sounds good. Okay, speculation. What do you want to see in this like DCU? Is there any characters like let's get into the Justice League.
Okay.
We're getting the Justice League. It's going to happen. So let's get into that, okay? All right. Wonder Woman. So we went through and I wanted to cast the Justice League. I actually don't have an answer for all of them. I'm going to be frank.
Same here.
But Wonder Woman, I looked up some people and this is who I wrote down. So I want to know what you think. I wrote down if they do Wonder Woman, which they are going to do, they're fast tracking Wonder Woman, which is going to be the next big one, probably 2028 or whatever is my guess. You got Monica Barbaro. This is the chick who was one of the fighter pilots in Top Gun Maverick, the main chick. And she was also in A Complete Unknown with Timmy Chalamet. She's that, I don't know her ethnicity, but she's in Top Gun Maverick as the fighter pilot. I think her code name was it wasn't Payback. That was one of the dudes. But she was the main chick in Top Gun Maverick as one of the fighter pilots. I think she could be a really good Wonder Woman. The other one I have is Naomi Scott, who was in the Power Rangers movie as the Pink Ranger.
Smile?
Oh, Smile? That's right.
Smile
she was
2.
also in Smile 2. And you also have her in Aladdin as Jasmine, the live action one. That's her.
No way.
Yeah, that's her. Those are the same people. Naomi Scott.
I'm not even gonna bother.
No. Is it not? Am I
Or
wrong?
no, like
I don't know.
I like.
I'm pretty sure.
I believe it is.
I think she's in Smile. I think you're right. You're right on that.
I believe she is in Aladdin, but
That's Jasmine.
Is she? Like,
That's Jasmine.
I'm not one to say, like, oh, the person has to be the right ethnicity.
Oh, I mean, with Wonder
but is
Woman...
she even, like...
Uh-huh.
Is Naomi Scott even, like...
Say it.
Part of that culture?
Well, I don't think she's Greek, obviously. I don't think she's of that area of Themyscira or whatever that's supposed to be.
No, I'm talking about Aladdin.
No, she's not. She's
That's
not.
so
No, she's not
odd.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about, is she Themyscira? I don't
Yeah,
think
no.
she is.
Yeah, I don't think she's from Themyscira.
No.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Gal Gadot was Israeli.
Yeah.
Okay, so, whatever. If you get somebody who's, from Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan or whatever, I don't really care. Like,
as long as they have acting range.
as
more
long as
so
they're better
Gal.
than Gal.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, like.
Yeah, no disrespect to her.
Yeah, no,
like,
I like her, but
she
it's like,
looked great as Diana, but
yes.
like she has no range whatsoever.
It's really rough, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you've seen the Death on the Nile movie, which I have not, but my sisters did, and I've seen clips, and I'm like, oh, this ain't it, Chief. But anyway, that's who my picks are for Wonder Woman. Do you have any at all names for it?
Just some random.
Random?
Yeah,
just somebody like unknown.
Just someone unknown. Like, for the core Trinity, I would say like I would prefer if it was someone unknown. Like with Superman, like I knew David Cornsway from one movie. It was really bad. I don't even remember the name, but all I remember it was very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I knew him from. But yeah, like there's that, and then Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
no.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I have no.
Just some kind of unknown actress.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where I'm at, dude, with Batman. Because I was thinking about finding an actor, but I just wrote down straight up, not a household named actor. That's all I want for Batman.
Yeah,
I don't want Alan Richson. I think he'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him, but like, I mean, like kind of like what they did with the Superman casting and Lois and Lex. They did a lot of chemistry.
Very extensive,
Very extensive chemistry.
Like, I think it was an entire month.
Yes.
Until we found out the casting. Like, we knew that they were, like, doing, like, chemistry tests and stuff. And all this went down in a month.
Yeah. And in fact, Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan were the first pair together. And then they ended up casting that as well. So it's really interesting. But they still went through dozens of chemistry tests. It was very extensive.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing the same, but they're doing that with Wonder Woman and Batman and with all the other actors, including Cornsweet, Lois, that kind of
but
Lex.
Going back to what you said, I retract my statement. Not an entirely unknown person.
Not entirely,
but someone who isn't a household name yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cornsweet's now a household name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like you're watching it with your parents, Superman, and they're like, "What's his name?" And you're like, "David Cornsweet." And you're like, "Oh, okay, gotcha." I mean, it's a name that's kind of harder to not remember,
Yeah.
What do you got? Do you got anybody for Batman at all?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Like, you already know of the first one that I pitched to you right after we watched Superman. Ethan Peck.
Oh, what? I wrote him down somewhere here.
Yeah, like his voice is quite perfect for Batman.
Ooh, let me Google him real quick.
While you say that. He
Yeah.
plays Spock in one of the new Star Trek series.
Okay, interesting.
And his voice, perfect.
As
absolutely
Batman.
perfect.
You want this guy's Batman?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's interesting. His grandfather, I believe, was the model for some of the Batman
Gregory
comics.
Peck was his granddad?
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, his grandfather was the inspiration for a lot of Batman comics. Like,
dude, To
during
Kill a
that time.
Mockingbird was his granddad. That's crazy, bro. Atticus Finch was his granddad.
Yeah, but, and I am not joking. I need you to completely lock in when I say this.
All right.
Okay. I want to see how well his range is. You can do prosthetics to distinguish the characters. Cast David Cornsweet as Batman as well. I want to see how... Yeah, it's...
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's odd, But when you understand that in the comics, Superman and Batman have switched places, have been at the same places at the same time when they when it's necessary. I really think
I
that
see why you want him. It's the jawline, and they look similar.
Yeah, like if you add enough prosthetics and he has the range to do so, I believe
make him look like Cornsweat a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Who?
Ethan Peck.
No, I'm saying make David Cornsweat look different from himself.
Okay.
Yeah, give him some prosthetics. Because, I mean, with Colin Farrell, you cannot see that man as Penguin. Like, when you look at him, you don't see the Penguin.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you give him prosthetics like that and test his range, I genuinely think he could be Batman as well. Just as long as he has the range. But Ethan Peck is my first choice.
So Ethan Peck.
Yeah, Ethan Peck.
You know what? They look very similar. I'm not gonna lie. They look similar. They're also the same dang age, I believe. Ethan Peck's 39. Cornsweat, I believe, is 40.
No, he just turned 30.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
No, he's 35.
35?
I think so. David Cornsweat. Holy crap, you're right. He's 32.
Yeah.
Well, I think this age gap would fit Batman perfectly because we're getting Damian Wayne.
Fair point, yeah.
So like a 39, and you could age him up or whatever, or age down if needed. But a 39-year-old Batman, make him say he's 42 or 45 or whatever, to fit it, you could do that. I think you could do that. But for Batman, I didn't have an actor. Like, in fact, I want Alan Richardson as a different one, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Ethan Peck, I'm not opposed to it. I actually put him down as Razor. He's a Red Lantern character in the comics. Who's from the Green Lantern animated show that was on like the Hub or something.
The 3D animated one?
3D animated one. He's actually a very compelling character, and his arc's really interesting in that show. I only know about this because my sisters loved that animated show for some reason, even though they're way too old. They were way too old for it at the time, but they were also into My Little Pony and that kind of thing, and Transformers Prime. So anyway, they're just big nerds. Ethan Peck, I think I could see a Bruce Wayne. I don't know if I could see Batman though, because I haven't seen him really in anything. But definitely the Bruce Wayne thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played Spock, so he could pull off a Wayne.
Yeah.
But what's your opinion on getting an older Batman? Because he's 39, he looks way younger. Like, I don't know. Like, do we have to have an old grizzled Batman, or do we have to have one that's just a little older than Cornsweat?
I believe a Batman that is experienced, but not like
year 3
seasoned.
Yeah, like year 3 or 4 of Batman.
Yeah, like
because the Batman's like year 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like a couple more years.
Yeah,
maybe.
Definitely not a Batman that
he's got Robin at this point.
Like, like one that knows how to take care of a Robin, like, and is well-rounded and caring for a Robin and having a sidekick, but is still very new, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds contradictory, but it's not.
No, I could see that, because this is a Batman that would know who Ra's al Ghul is, but he's never met him before. Like, he's heard whispers of him, but this could be the time where he meets Ra's al Ghul. So, okay. Well, I'm going to move to the Flash. I have a few choices here. So, I wrote down Dockery Montgomery. So, if you don't know who that is.
Power Rangers, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so Power Rangers and the brother of the redhead from Stranger Things Season 3.
Yeah.
That guy. He, as the Flash, I think he pull it off really well. I wouldn't mind him as another character, but my second choice, he's a little older, but Wyatt Russell, I could see him as the Flash. Maybe not Barry Allen, but maybe like Wally West.
Wally West is younger than Barry Allen.
Oh, shoot. Whichever's older.
Yeah.
You know? But like, or even Reverse Flash. Wyatt Russell's the Walmart Captain America.
Yeah.
Who's uninitiated.
Make him the Walmart Flash too.
Walmart Flash! Flashpoint.
Yeah.
This is Wyatt Russell. My coworker Cody, who I was having a conversation with today, his choice, shout out to Cody, coworker Cody. Cody's choice is what we're calling this. Cody's choice is Andrew Garfield as the Flash.
I have the same exact choice.
What? No.
Yeah, it sounds odd, but
Cody is on point.
if
with
we're
you.
casting Barry Allen,
Yes.
look at how he acts in the
he's
first
perfect, dude.
in the first 10 minutes of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's Barry Allen.
That's
and
true.
how he treats like Max Dillon.
Yeah.
Like he tries to reason with his villains.
Yes.
That's Barry Allen,
Andrew
dude.
Garfield. Yeah, that's true. He's just an older Barry Allen. That's who we're
but
getting.
then again, if we're focusing on Wally West,
That's true.
it would make sense for an older Barry Allen. I mean, we have an old Hal Jordan.
That's a very old Al Jordan. This guy's like pushing 54, I think. Like
Ain't he
Kyle
like
Chandler's.
60?
No, Kyle Chandler's I think in his 50s. He's like 55 or something. Between 50 and 55. He's old. Well, not old. That's not old. That's just for the character of Hal Jordan. That's a little older than I thought they'd go with. But anyway, Kyle Chandler. I love him. God bless you.
60.
Kyle Chandler's 60? Gosh dang, man. He looks good. Okay, so we got you want Andrew Garfield, you and Cody. Cody's choice and Malachi's choice, Andrew Garfield. I agree. I think Andrew Garfield would murder as Barry Allen. He would kill it. He would embrace that role. He's just a great actor. He's like a chameleon. Like he's so good in everything he's in. All right, Aquaman. If they're gonna do him, Alan Richardson.
I respect that.
Yes. I was like worried. I'm like, because everybody wants him as Batman. And what actor
I'm one of the
wanna...
people that don't. Like, I see him as Batman. He has the physicality.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't think he has Bruce Wayne.
I agree. I don't see his Bruce Wayne in him. I mean, I haven't seen Rachel. I've seen the suaveness of him in some clips. I could see, but also he's also tall. He could, with corn sweat, him and him could be eye to eye level.
Yeah.
I think. And that could work for them. But also, if we're getting a Batman that's a little bit more seasoned, Alan Richardson does fit that as well. But here's the thing. I think he'd be great as Aquaman because of two things. And the main thing is because he looks the part. He looks like a swimmer. Like, he can be Aquaman. Also,
he looks like the ocean.
I just get lost in his eyes whenever I see him on screen. Lost in his eyes and his abs. So I think he would be great as Aquaman. Because here's the thing. He already played Aquaman.
Yeah, it's Smallville, right?
It's Smallville.
Yeah.
So
it was just before the prime. It was before his prime.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it, Embrace it, James Gunn.
Yeah.
Like, I would love, and I don't think we're going to get Aquaman for a long time.
I really hope we get him soon, because
at some point.
Like, I as much as I loved, like, Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's like.
The dude bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why'd you change him? Why'd you change him? Like, I remember.
I think it's cool that he's like a Pacific Islander kind of person. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But like, which is, I don't have an issue with, but I think Jason Momoa doesn't fully fit that Aquaman character.
Yeah.
But Lobo, he does. And he's something he's passionate about.
Yeah.
I don't think he's super passionate about Aquaman, you know? But even, heck, Aquaman, you could bring in Patrick Wilson or somebody like that.
Patrick Wilson.
Who was in Aquaman as the evil brother.
Oh,
and
King
he's in The
Lord,
Conjuring and also the love interest in Phantom of the Opera, if you've ever seen that. Kind of thing.
Okay.
So anyway, Patrick Wilson. But yeah, my choice is Alan Richardson for Aquaman. Do you have anybody for Aquaman?
I do not.
Okay, no
like,
worries.
It's weird. Like, I remember like being like when Aquaman was first announced.
Yeah.
I remember like getting hyped with one of my uncles about it because like we were just having like a hour-long conversation about what we want from the Aquaman movie. Mm-hmm. And then like despite the fact that I love this character, I have no idea who to cast for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. And honestly, I didn't have one until this afternoon where I thought of Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I'll go with that. Let's go to Martian Manhunter or Jean Jones.
Okay.
I have Lakeith Stanfield. You know who that is?
He was in Get Out, right? Like
you got it.
Okay,
the guy who's Get Out, who's with the old white lady.
Yeah.
Who's brainwashed. He's also in what's the one with Childish Gambino, the show? The TV series show.
I was
on
gonna
FX.
say, is that the one where he
he's a
like
drug
wants
dealer, junkie, or whatever?
I was gonna say I saw this one clip. Is there like a scene where he goes into like the equivalent of a McDonald's and wants a kid's meal, but he's not able to order it?
I think so. Atlanta. That's the show.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in that show with Childish Gambino. I can't remember his name. Gosh dang it! The new
Donald
Lando.
Glover?
Donald Glover. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was also in that. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in that show. Oh, he was in that movie called like Sorry to Bother You, I believe, as the main character. So I again.
Oh, also the harder they fall. No.
Is that what it's? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I think him as Martian Manhunter would be interesting. I just couldn't think of anybody else, and I'm like, I like Lakeith as an actor. I think he'd be cool. I think he could fit that well.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get Ethan Peck as your Martian Manhunter? Like he already played a robot as Spock.
I mean,
an alien.
Yeah, but
it's Batman though.
Yeah, I would say like this is definitely gonna not be a casting choice that any studio would want to do, especially
Danny DeVito
because of recent events over the last couple of years. Jonathan Majors.
As oh man, oh dude, Malachi.
If you've seen Magazine Dreams,
I did not.
His role is
so tragic.
It's I wouldn't say it's tragic.
Not tragic.
It's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like he is so very like in his own world and just separated from any sort of social group that you feel uncomfortable around him. And I'm not saying that's how you should have Martian Manhunter, but
or Jonathan Majors in general.
Like, yeah, but his acting in that shows like that he can play a character that is just so like
and Jonathan Majors is a chameleon as well. Like he's really, I don't know, a chameleon, but he's like, he disappears in roles. Like even as Kang, he did good. Like it's just that whole Ant-Man movie was kind of like whatever, and it's kind of misdirected. In
he was the highlight.
I agree. Yeah. Like Jonathan Majors is a great actor. Like I don't know if you've seen Creed 3. He's great in Creed 3. Oh my god. Just the perfect yin to
Michael B. Jordan's yang.
Correct. Thank you. But yeah, I would say I'd be down for Jonathan Majors. Would they do it? I don't know.
With recent events, I doubt it.
He's coming back though.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. He's on the redemption tour right now.
I really hope he gets his redemption, because if Ezra Miller can still have a platform, the dude deserves it.
Agreed.
Like
totally. Dude, that man was running around Hawaii like GTA, bro.
Yeah, bro had a whole mafia, kidnapped children.
His own side piece and children.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And somehow he's accepted in Hollywood. So I wrote down Cyborg. I didn't have anybody to play him. I don't know. I mean, whatever that guy who was Cyborg, I would like to bring him back. But I think if you do Cyborg, you have to do a lot of chemistry testing with whoever the Teen Titans is going to be. So I think that would be the only thing I would do. So, which we are getting a Teen Titans movie?
Yeah. Question mark. We have a script, but it's not officially announced as
that's right.
Yeah, they haven't announced it as a film, but we know that there's been a script made.
And the chick who wrote that script
wrote Supergirl and is now writing Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you're right. Yeah. So we'll see. In terms of other characters I want to see, I have a whole list here. The Question.
Oof.
So I want the Question.
Male Question or female Question?
There's two?
There's two. Yeah, there's Renee Montoya and then the male counterpart.
I just want male. Okay. You can bring in the alternate universe stuff if you want. If you're going older, Jackie Earle Haley. Rorschach.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like, I don't know if you know the backstory behind the Watchmen comic, but essentially when it was acquired by, or not Watchmen, but when the Charlton universe was acquired by DC.
Yeah, so that included, for those in the audience listening, that included a lot of characters, including the Question and Peacemaker.
Yes. Yeah. So when that universe was acquired, the I've
Oh, that's right. I know where you're
Alan
going.
Moore
Alan
wanted
Moore.
to write those characters into the Watchmen, but he was refused, and so he was like, you know what? I'll make my own characters, and then he just copied and pasted with different names.
Dude, totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comedian was Peacemaker. And so he just changed it to the comedian.
Yeah, and the Atom
same thing.
was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few in there. So, yeah, we actually mentioned that on the Two Films podcast with Watchmen and
I think that's might have been where I found it out.
Yeah,
I think that's where I found it out.
You're like, hey, did you know? And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, it came out of my mouth. This is a weird back and forth.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jackie Earle Haley, if you're doing older, the guy's in his 60s. He is pretty old. I would do Jackie Earle Haley if you're going older. Younger, though, Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell, that was Arrow. Okay.
I couldn't think of anybody really else, but I look at the guy. I look how he conducts himself. He could be a detective with no face.
Yeah. This is going to seem odd, but keep in mind, what's his name? I literally was just thinking about him.
What did he play in?
He played Batman in '89.
Oh, Michael Keaton?
Keaton, yeah. Keep in mind, Michael Keaton's most well-known role before playing Batman was as Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom.
So do not make fun of me when I say that I believe Christopher Palaha, the face of Hallmark, should be the question. If you've seen him in the Shift...
I need to look him up.
If you've seen him in the Shift, you know. You know.
Christopher what?
Palaha.
P-L-H-A. Ploha. You want this guy? Who looks like... I don't know what he looks like. Mystery 101. A bit more Christmas. Where hope grows. Oh, and he's in the Shift.
Yeah, I saw him in the Shift.
Okay.
And I was like, his monologues, that's the question, dude.
And I still need to watch the Shift.
Yeah, and I believe he's 6'1".
Oh, yeah, get him.
So, yeah, like, he has the physicality.
He's 48, and that's like the perfect age.
Like what
He's married to Julie. Oh, no, I thought I said Julianne Moore. I said Julianne Morris. This is his wife. But no, I could. He looks like a question.
Yeah.
Not a question mark, but a question.
Yeah.
All right. The other one I got, that's actually a pretty good pull. I'll give you that one. That's pretty good. Although, imagine if you get Jackie Earle Haley. Imagine, dude.
But it's very inspired. Very inspired.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Zantana, the magic chick. I was trying to think of a bunch of people. If you're doing older, Rebecca Ferguson, would she do DC? I don't know.
I don't think the fans would be a fan of that at all.
Okay, if we're doing younger though, Maya Hawke as Zantana, the daughter of Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
And also his wife, who is Kill Bill, and her name is Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
So it's literally, if you look at her face, it's literally Ethan Hawke's face and Uma Thurman's face.
Yeah.
Literally had a baby, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And Maya Hawke, dude, she could pull off Zantana. Like, have her be like this young, cocky, like magic chick, and then she like follows Batman or Nightwing around.
I would say I could see, I would need to see it to know if I like it.
Yeah.
But I know for the majority of people, a big thing about it is her race. She's part Romani. Zatanna is part Romani.
Oh.
And so, yeah, like, that's why.
That's like in the comics as well.
Yeah. She's part Romani. And that's what I hate about the fandom so much is like, there are characters.
You're saying that she's part Romanian?
Part Romani.
Okay, so Romani is.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I know she's part something, but I know Nightwing is part Romani, and that's might be where I'm getting it confused. But I know that's what I genuinely like despise about this fandom is
it's bad.
Just
they don't know
characters
what they want.
that have such minuscule properties such as, like I'm 1/8 Romani. It's like, you have to find someone who's 1/8 Romani. It's like, no. No, please,
Jason Momoa was Aquaman, and Aquaman's been the whitest character in comics forever.
Yeah.
So come on. So, I'm guessing you don't have any. This is all random.
Yeah, I don't have a Zatanna.
Okay, so Razor he's a Red Lantern character. Yeah. Really cool in the animated CGI Green Lantern show. He falls in love with a robot AI character in that show. He's very touching. The guy who does his voice performance is really good, which I don't know his name. But I was thinking Ethan Peck, who's also Spock in Strange New Worlds and Discovery as well. You also, or not Discovery, Strange New Worlds. You have also, I was also thinking Lakeith Stanfield. I think that because he's like a skinny dude, he's contemplative, he's very angry. I feel like these two actors could do that really well.
Yeah.
He's also a Red Lantern, so he is fueled by anger. But I just wanted somebody who, like, especially Lakeith Stanfield, who could go toe to toe with a Kyle Chandler or a Aaron Pierre.
Yeah.
This is an interesting poll. I want to know what you think about this. Solomon Grundy, played by Brendan Fraser. I'm talking Thanos CGI performance capture style as Brendan Fraser. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah. But like,
because he was
no, you know what? No, but just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because he's also the robot in, what was that
Doom
show?
Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of DC credibility.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's a very, he's got a good range on him, Brendan Fraser. I mean, he was in The Whale.
Yeah.
So I think he could pull off a Solomon Grundy, except instead of prosthetics, CGI.
Yeah.
He's not fat. He's this hulking giant zombie. Rawr, I'm Solomon Grundy. Like, can you imagine him saying that?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be kind of cool.
I'm just saying, yeah.
All right.
A lot of yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of yeah, I don't know if you're going to like me for this.
Okay.
We got Green Arrow, and I really, really want them to bring Green Arrow in because I think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of crossover you can bring in with him and Green Lantern, him and the Flash, him and Batman or Nightwing or Damian Wayne or Red Hood or whoever. You can bring in that character and he can just meld with anybody. Now, I wrote down younger actors. I got Dylan O'Brien, Maze Runner.
Yeah.
I also have Lucas Till, who's the new MacGyver in the MacGyver show. He's a little older, but I think he could fit really well, especially in the physicality department. Same thing with Dylan O'Brien. I wanted Dylan O'Brien to be Link in the Legend of Zelda movie, but that's because Wes Ball's doing it and he did Maze Runner. So that's just, I just wanted that. And then I wrote down Tanner Bakanon. Let me really quickly double check who this is. I think it's
from
Robbie.
Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah, it's Robbie from Cobra Kai. I want, if he's not Green Arrow and they go older Green Arrow, make him Speedy. His like as young
Roy Harper, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that you want him to be
I want him to be younger.
Green Lantern. Or not Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Yeah, I meant Green Arrow. Yeah.
Because he can pull off the physicality, for sure. Tanner.
Right, yeah.
Robbie from Cobra Kai.
But
what do you think of any of these choices? Do they meld at all or kind of makes no sense? Or
yeah, I would say
if you're going younger.
I would say for Tanner Buchanan, like for a younger one, that would be an interesting approach, especially going from an arrogant man who has to learn to use his resources for good. Yeah. His wealth that he's inherited.
That's true. Yeah.
Like that would be an interesting approach.
And for the audience, Lucas Till's, yes, the MacGyver in the reboot show that's last 5 or 7 years or whatever that show came out. He's also Summers' brother, Scott Summers' brother, Mark. Is it Mark Summers? No, Mark Summers is a director. In the new X-Men movies, he's the son of Scott Summers. The brother of Scott Summers.
Okay, that's why I remember his face from.
Days of Future Past and New Class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say that as much as I think that could work, I believe he'd make a much better Jason Todd.
Oh, dude. You and Cody are on it, bro. Cody mentioned Jason Todd.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about Tanner as well.
Yeah.
Man, you need to talk. All right. Shout out to Cody. Tanner Bachman as Jason Todd. That'd be really interesting. All right, let me go to my next pick.
Okay.
I wrote down Black Canary.
Okay.
Who, falls in love with Green Arrow, I believe. Or they're kind of friendly. They're kind of in a situationship. I wrote down, because I was thinking of Tanner when I was making this, Peyton List, who's also from Cobra Kai as I can't remember her name. Tori, thank you. As
Tori Nichols.
Tori Nichols. She's so awesome in that show. And they already have great chemistry, her and Tanner. So it's like, why not? As Black Canary, she could totally pull it off too, the physicality wise. Or make her Huntress or something. I don't know. What do you think? I'm just pulling from Cobra Kai because I'm like, these actors are cool.
If you're going to cast like Tanner Buchanan as Green Arrow, yeah, that seems like the only logical choice.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, like the only other actress that I could think of that has worked with Tanner, other than obviously, gosh, I'm forgetting her name, but Sam from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Sam from Cobra Kai. Yep.
Yeah, like other than her, I can only think of Addison Rae from that terrible Netflix movie.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like that's the only other actress I know he's worked with.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of those work. So yeah, like if you're gonna cast him, might as well cast Peyton List.
Okay, and then I wrote for fun the Trickster, who's a Flash villain, and I wrote down Jacob Bertrand, who plays Hawk in Cobra Kai, as the Trickster. If you're going young, if you're going old, Neil Patrick Harris. As the Trickster, dude. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? Also, my dream pick for Green Arrow, and they're never going to do this, is Glenn Powell. But Glenn Powell is like not doing superhero stuff. He said, I'm out of that. I don't want to do that, which is respectable. But man, Glenn Powell, brother, as the Green Arrow, we can dream. We can dream. Do you have any characters at all outside the Justice League? Or do you want to keep going through what I got here?
Do you have any, or since we're on the subject of like kind of heroes, like, and you've mentioned some villains, but I'll stick with other heroes.
Okay.
Like, I only have one other besides the question, which I mentioned earlier.
All right.
Steel. He's like,
yes, I'm glad you brought up Steel.
Yeah. William Jackson Harper.
Okay, let me look that up.
He played Chidi in The Good Place.
Wait, that guy?
Jackson
Harper. Oh, this guy.
Because he's supposed to be an intellectual. I mean, he created his own armor. And he definitely, he was also in Ant-Man Quantumania. He played a more serious role, but he didn't get a chance to shine.
And he's 45. That would be Steel's age. He's got a kid in the lore.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I believe he could pull it off.
I could see that, actually. I think that would work out well. And imagine him and Corn Sweat and Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
He was
dope.
my fan cast for Mr. Terrific.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or, I mean, you know what? If all comes to worst, we could always bring back Shaq.
Worst comes to worst, I pray we never get there. For Shaq's sake. I wrote down Hades, but it doesn't really matter. I wrote down to Carrie Ells, maybe, or Ron Perlman. I think Ron Perlman would murder Hades. That'd be awesome. Okay, let's talk about Slade Wilson. We're getting Red Hood. We're getting all these other folks. My fan cast for the longest time for Slade Wilson is one of our favorite actors, Malachi, Neil McDonough. I know he's old, but
Slade Wilson's old.
I know, and he's good physically right now. We just saw him in that rodeo movie, which was okay. It was an okay film. It was aggressively okay.
No, I wouldn't even say aggressively. It was just okay.
It was just a 5 out of 10, and then you forget about it. I love how we went and like David L. was like super into it. He's like, I want to get into.
I want to move to Texas. No disrespect to you if you're listening to this, by the way.
No disrespect, David L. You're great. But yeah, our David here, who's in the next room, aggressively okay. I think it's just okay, like you said. Yeah. Anyway, Neil McDonough as Slade Wilson.
It's an interesting thing, but I know for certain he wouldn't want to do it not because like of pay or anything, but if you are gonna introduce the Teen Titans, there's only one storyline you could do, and that is Judas Contract. Now, I don't know if you're aware of Slade Wilson in that, but
I know he's brutal
Yeah,
in a lot of aspects.
you know how the storyline plays out with Terra and everything in the 2000s Teen Titans show?
Yes.
Yeah, it plays out similarly to that, except Slade Wilson is
Predator.
the groomer. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
maybe Neil wouldn't go for that at all. And they don't have to do that storyline.
Yeah.
But if they do go for that storyline, and maybe like they don't do that kind of aspect, but they do make him a viciously evil person, like he is, especially in Teen Titans, in the show. Neil McDonough, man, I don't think you can go wrong with the guy. He's a great actor. He looks the part. He could just, I mean, you've seen him in The Shift. I haven't, but I already see it, and I'm like, yo, this guy can beat Slade. Also, physically, he's not bad. He's doing great in his 60s, or he's almost 60, I think. So, and then I just wrote down Joe Manganiello.
Oh, Joe Manganiello.
Bring the guy back. He never got a chance to shine. Why not?
Yeah. I was going to say, I have a fan cast that it's definitely inspired.
For Slade?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Stephen Lang from the Avatar movies.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
Quaritch?
brother. Yes.
Yeah.
That was so,
that would eat.
That's the one to do.
Yeah.
I think that's the way they'll do it.
That's gotta be.
That's gotta be. Stephen Lang's perfect. Like, have you seen Don't Breathe?
Ooh, yeah.
When he's blind?
The first one. Yeah, not the second one.
I haven't seen the second one either.
I saw it. It's not that good.
Picture that. Where he can kill people when he's blind, but imagine he can see.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Imagine if he could see, but he was blind.
Exactly. He took the words right out of my mouth. I also wrote down Nightwing. I basically said Tanner Bachman or Dockery Montgomery. I think Dockery Montgomery as Nightwing would be great. Oh my gosh, I have a headache now. Whoa, that really threw me. Imagine he could see, but he was blind. Mr. Mixelplix. Random, but Charlie Day. Why not?
Luigi?
Yes,
Luigi, okay.
Yeah, from Sunny, the guy from Always Sunny.
Okay.
Make him Mr. Mixelplix. You could be generic and do John Mulaney.
Yeah.
But I think Charlie Day can pull it off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's right. He was Mr. Mixelplix.
Yeah, and it's funny that I was just reading a comic just last week, and in the comic, Mixelplix is in it.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, like, he does this breakaway thing where he's like, okay, here are the rules for the fifth dimension.
Oh. No, you're fine. I was looking at the time. I couldn't believe we've already gone this long.
But yeah, he's breaking down the rules of the fifth dimension. And one of the rules is you have to hear me speaking as Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, that was one of the rules.
That's awesome. Dude, that's great. I used to do a really good Guilford Godfrey impression, but I can't do it right now. I'm not in the moment.
I'm not in the mood.
Not in the mood to do it. So you and Cody were on point. You both said Tanner Baccanon as Red Hood. You guys are in sync. God bless you two. I would go with that. Cody, speaking of Cody, shout out to you. He also said for Constantine, and we were kind of thinking, well, I was like, well, do Andrew Garfield as Constantine. And he's like, yeah, that would be great. But what about this? Will Poulter as Constantine. He's also worked with James Gunn in Guardians 3.
Poulter. Oh.
As, what's his face? The Golden Boy in Guardians 3.
Yeah. What?
He's also been in Maze Runner as the bad boy, you know? He's also in that, what's that movie with, the road trip movie that he's in, where he got famous? I can't remember. Oh, the meme where it's like, you guys are getting paid? Like that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the movie was just called Road Trip.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
either that or like Vacation.
Vacation, yeah. So like, Will
it's such a generic name, and yet we were struggling.
It's so legendary memery too for that movie. Anyway, he said Will Poulter as Constantine. So Cody, God bless you, sir. I guess. I don't know.
I can't see it. I think that's where Cody and I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last two, I'll just say two more and then we can move on. So yeah, Mr. Mitchell. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out an actor, Malachi, for Tom Welling to play.
Tom Welling.
Smallville Superman. I'm trying to figure out a role just to make him come back as a cameo, make him as a role and a character in the DCU. I found by random, trying to type in Mr. Mixelplex, I found out there's a character that's a villain called Multiplex, who's fought the Flash, and he basically replicates himself rapidly to fight the heroes, that kind of thing. And he looks exactly like Tom Welling, basically.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe that's Tom Welling. I don't know. But I would love to find a character for Tom Welling to play. I just don't know who. You can make him, like, you can't make him play Hercules or something, but like maybe somebody like that, maybe something cosmic, maybe somebody from Darkseid's world.
I was going to say, with some like DC alumni, I don't think that they should get like a role unless they obviously were robbed of their talent.
Like Eddie
Gathegi, in X-Men.
Yeah.
And then like, what's it called? Jason Momoa with Aquaman. Like, I would say he was robbed in the sense that he didn't fit the role. Because initially when he was in casting call for BVS, he thought Zack Snyder was casting him for Lobo.
Oh,
and he's
that's
like,
right.
no, Aquaman. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, I could do that, I guess. Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, but what was I going on to?
You were mentioning Redemption. We were talking about Tom Welling.
Oh, yeah, with some DC alumni and even superhero like alumni, I think that they should get roles that are very minor, similarly to how they casted Christopher Reeve's son as a news reporter.
Yes, okay,
Something like that. I think that would be cool as to not break away.
Maybe like, for example, like, the mayor of Smallville, and it's Tom Welling. Or whoever that character could be. It's Tom Welling who plays him. Yeah. That would be kind of cool, you know? Yeah. And like maybe get what's-her-face who was Lana Lang as another character in Smallville. Like just a fun little cameo. That could work. Yeah. The next one I have is Swamp Thing. Who would we want in James Mangold's Swamp Thing? I have somebody written down, but what do you think to play this monstrosity?
I don't know the character well enough.
I don't know either, honestly. I see Adelaide is obsessed with him. I wrote down James McAvoy. He is a chameleon. If you ever seen Split or Glass from M. Night Shyamalan, he's also in the Speak No Evil film that came out recently, and he's crazy in that. James McAvoy, he's also Professor X, young Professor X, X-Men. This guy can act really well. He's also bald, so he could do that.
Oh, McAvoy. Okay,
yes.
I was thinking of Magneto from X-Men.
Oh, Michael Fassbender?
Fassbender, I was thinking of Fassbender.
Yeah. I wonder who. I don't think he would want to be in DC, but who knows? I just wrote down James McAvoy because whatever, why not? And that's all I got, really. I wrote down Batman Red Sun, but whatever.
I do have more.
You have more?
Yeah, I was only I was only specifying heroes, but I do have like 3 villains.
Okay. Let's do it.
You mentioned it to me. I don't know if you were joking. I wasn't bought at first, but the more I thought about it, I was completely sold.
Was I like mentioning, is this something in the past I mentioned to you?
This was in the past. We were watching Friendship, and I think you know where I'm going with this.
Oh.
Tim Robinson as the Joker. It sounds stupid. But I want this Joker to be so like distinct from other Jokers we've had. The sadistic serial killer. Like, I want the Joker that would like
this is the guy that's gonna beat the ish out of
Jason Todd.
Yeah,
I want Joker to be unpredictable. Like, he'd be the type of villain to throw tomato soup at paintings and art museums and then kill people who claim he did that for climate change. Like,
like Jack Nicholson.
And he's just doing it for the love of the game. Like, he doesn't care.
Oh, okay. Well, who do you got? Oh, well, you got Tim Robbins.
Yeah, that was my only choice.
I have a really hard time picturing it. I don't even remember me mentioning that to you.
You said it as soon as it got to that final shot when he smiled out of the clock car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you
Dude,
were like,
you know the funniest thing about us seeing that movie? You said, do you want to go see it? And I was like so out of it that night. I'm like, I really don't want to go out right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to do it for my boy Malachi. And it was the best decision I ever made because we got to see Friendship together and it was a surprisingly good experience.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it to be. Such a weird ass movie.
Yeah.
But we had people in our theater that were in on it.
Yeah.
Which was a really good experience.
Yeah, like everyone was just bought.
Yeah, we were bought.
Yeah.
We were like, all right.
Yeah, not by the studio.
No,
but
we're buying
by the movie.
Well, this is selling us.
Yeah.
Like we're getting there. We're picking up what they're putting down.
Yeah, but Tim Robinson as the Joker. That
interesting.
It's a weird choice, but I think he can do it.
I think he could too.
Like if I could imagine any man beating the living daylights out of Jason Todd, a 12-year-old kid, keep in mind, with a crowbar, it would have to be someone that is so like out of the ordinary like Tim Robinson.
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, I've seen some of the fan casting and I'm like, I mean, heck, James McAvoy, you can't go wrong with that guy. I think James McAvoy could pull it off. People have said, what's Jack Nicholson's son who's in Smile? I can't remember his name, but people say he could be a good Joker. I don't know about that, but sure, why not? Of course, the big fan cast, that's the dream cast, basically.
Willem Dafoe.
That's what I want. I just want a alternate universe Elseworlds film, whether it be Red Sun or Infinite Earths or Crisis on Infinite, whatever.
Injustice. No.
Yes.
No.
That's what I want.
If you want Injustice?
No. I don't want Injustice. I want something where we have an Elseworlds film and it's about a Batman villain and he's hunting the Joker or something crazy like that.
Oh.
Maybe in if Clayface was an Elseworlds film, I want a scene like this. You have the actor guy who's Clayface. He's hunting for his ex-actor friend who's now a villain in the Gotham.
Yeah.
And he finally finds him. He's in the room beating up a guy to death mercilessly. And he's monologuing. And it's Willem Dafoe. Can you imagine? Like, that would be so dope. But it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I've seen the Photoshop where it's like, Willem Dafoe's face in the Joker makeup, and I'm like, oh, take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah.
You know? But
yeah, in a weird way, I want a Joker who's actually funny.
That's a good point, too.
I don't want
Tim Robbins is funny.
A Joker that lives up to the name, not someone who is the joke.
Now I'm more of a fan of this Tim Robbins pick.
Yeah.
Now that you say that.
It like buys you in the more you think about it.
Yeah, the more I think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. And I said that?
You said it. I don't know if you meant it as a joke. You said it as an off comment as the credits rolled. And I was like, nah.
You're like, nah.
But then I went home and on the car ride I'm driving, I'm just like, that could work.
That could work. And his background is comedy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it works, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your other one?
Next up, I got Two-Face.
Ooh.
And everybody, it's so like crazy how people just like are fan casting him as the Reverse Flash. I see it every day and I'm like, I don't want that. I want him to be Two-Face. Anthony Starr, Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
The duality.
Dude,
perfect.
As Two-Face?
Yes.
Perfect casting.
Perfect. I can't think of anything else.
No notes.
Yeah. Like people just go for looks. He has the looks and the duality.
Yeah. And he's already played in a role where he has to face the public and show a face.
Yeah.
And he's different in private.
Yeah, he's a puppet.
Like, he's a puppet. Exactly. Yeah. Anthony Starr, Homelander.
Yeah.
For those in the audience. That's Two-Face.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
And then I want to know if you have one for Brainiac now that we have the knowledge.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't think he's going to do it. But we mentioned Michael Fassbender. He's already played an android in the Alien movies, Prometheus and Covenant. He does the deadpan really well. He does an American accent really well if you want to go that route. Okay, what's the dude's name who was the main character in Good Night and Good Luck? Do you know that movie that George Clooney did? He's also Mr. Spiderwick in the Spiderwick Chronicles movie. He's a character actor. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Mr. Spiderwick. This is so weird to Google.
Wait, he was the kid?
No. He was the author. In the Spiderwick Chronicles. People are Adelaide and Chelsea are yelling at me. Spiderwick Chronicles, which wasn't a great adaptation, by the way, of that book series, but it's all right. God, what's his name? Come on, David Stratham. So David Stratham, I think, could be an amazing Brainiac. This is what he looks like. David Stratham. This guy. Oh, it went super small image. I'm sorry. Just type in David Stratham and it'll come right up.
David Stratham?
Yeah, David, and then the way you spell his last name is Stra, S-T-R-A, and then T-H. Stratharn or in or however.
Stratharn?
Yeah. He, I think, would be a great Brainiac, and it's a one and done. You have him, and then you can just bring him back to do the voice later on, because he is getting older. I think he's getting into his 60s now. But also, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was going to say, like, I have 2 ideas, or 3.
Matthew Lillard.
No. I have 3 ideas. One of them is very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you know how they made the voice of God in The Prince of Egypt.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You got
I think that Brainiac should be an animatronic that mimics the voices of the people in the movie.
Ooh. That would be really
like
dope.
If they're going the AI route, that would be interesting.
That would be really
However,
cool.
if they have to cast some people,
some person.
Yeah, some person, I would say that my safe pick, we already know, like, he can pull it off. Hugh Grant in Heretic.
Oh.
The way he pulls strings, it could work.
Yeah.
But a sleeper pick. Just a question, have you watched the film Nefarious?
No.
No.
Is it the Nazi one?
No.
No, what is that about?
So essentially, here, I'll look up the description. It came out in 2023.
Yeah, okay, so what's it called? Nefarious?
Nefarious
movie. Oh, I've seen the poster.
Yeah.
This is that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to see this with the okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Him as Brainiac.
Yeah, if you've watched the movie.
This guy?
Yeah, if you've watched the movie.
Yeah.
The way he acts there.
I've always wanted to see this.
The hatred he has towards people born of flesh. Perfect.
I would even have him as Joker.
Yeah, I would say that's very
you've seen him, so
yeah, it's very like typecast to say Joker.
Yeah,
because he has a manipulative
Have
part.
him as Riddler, or some kind of villain.
It would be an old Riddler.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I could see that. Him as Brainiac, sleeper hit. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, back on the Joker thing really quick. I actually wrote down Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
I think because he has a comedic background.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just have him be Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Boom. Yeah.
And we've seen the gruesomeness he can bring to certain roles, especially in Five Nights at Freddy's. He already knows how to beat up kids.
Yeah. He's no stranger.
He's no stranger to that. Anyway, I also wrote Ray Nicholson is the name of Jack Nicholson's kid. And I wouldn't go that route. What else did I write down? I wrote out a bunch of stuff. Okay, Doomsday. Are we gonna see not Avengers, Doomsday the character?
Yeah.
Are we gonna see that at some point in the DCU? Are we gonna get Death of Superman at one point? Let's think long term here. If we're getting Jonathan Kent, are we gonna get the Death of Superman as well? What do you think?
Man.
Yeah.
I want them to stay as far away from Death of Superman as possible.
Yeah.
BVS left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because it adapted the story.
Yeah.
But it didn't adapt it
Didn't
well.
have to.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Especially that was your second film.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that it's not entirely Zack Snyder's fault because, Warner Brothers wanted to rush into a full universe. But it's like, you could have thought of another way to introduce all the other characters rather than Superman dying and a team needed to be formed to protect Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I kind of agree with you on that, so I wouldn't go any further on it. Okay, but speaking of death, Lex Luthor's president we already brought up. What about Lex Luthor's kryptonite poisoning storyline?
Oh.
Especially when we know that our first Superman film is sort of inspired by, was it All-Star Superman that I let you borrow? What was it called?
You let me borrow like 3 comics, dude.
It was the Superman one that was the good one that I read. And I'm like, oh, you gotta read this.
Oh, All-Star.
Is it All-Star?
All-Star.
Okay, we'll go with that. It's All-Star Superman. And the story, whatever storyline where he gets too close to the sun, Superman.
Yeah, All-Star.
And he's slowly dying. That storyline is so good. And it's right up James Gunn's alley.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we do get maybe Justice League 2, where he is slowly dying? I think that's more of a storyline than, say, Death of Superman.
Yeah.
And more James Gunn's up his alley and more of his kind of style, where he's slowly dying. He's trying to get together memories he can make with his loved ones and that kind of thing. The crazy scientific side of things in that comic is also like right up his alley. And we get a tinge of that in the first Superman film we got here. But Lex Luthor dying of kryptonite poisoning, I mean, why not? Like, let's introduce that storyline. Like, maybe in Man of Tomorrow, he finds out about that, or he wouldn't really, it wouldn't work in the story, but maybe later on this happens. Maybe in Superman 3, this is like the crux of the story. He is president, but he's dying. And maybe he reveals it to Superman or something like that. So, I don't know. I just wanted to bring up what you thought of that. Like,
yeah, I would say like the kryptonite poisoning storyline, that's very interesting. Gosh, I would say it's definitely not something that they can do anytime soon, especially considering in Superman it is mentioned that the kryptonite, like, on Earth, there's it's a very scarce amount now.
True.
Yeah, so it's like...
But if it's what powers his suit...
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, unless Lex, like, captured it all and, like, has it hidden and made, like, a throne of it, like, that would be tough. Just imagine, like, he made a whole castle and a throne of kryptonite.
It's the Black Adam pose, but he's on the throne of kryptonite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can see that. The last thing I got for you, Malachi, because we should probably get out of here. It's getting pretty late and long, but I'm having fun. How about you? But let's see. 2 questions. Number 1, would we get anything related to Watchmen in this universe? Any mention of Ozymandias? Any mention of just certain things like a doomsday clock mentioned, just offhand? Or what I think would be fun is you have the comic itself of Watchmen exist in this universe, and it's just it's a comic, and it's in different universe. It's in different people's hands. Maybe in the Lantern show, you have maybe Hal Jordan's kid reading it or something, or maybe not his kid, but like his older son reading it, or like maybe Jimmy Olsen has it on his desk at the Daily Planet. Maybe Gorilla Grodd's like, who's also, by the way, he's going to be the main villain in this Jimmy Olsen show we're making.
Yeah.
What if he's like just on the throne reading it? Like, what if it's just this little thing? Like, I have an idea of like this little piece of media, whether it be fictional or real in our world, in Superman, in this DCU, that is just mentioned multiple times.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Starlight Chronicles and like The Last of Us, which is just this fictional comic that you just find in the game. But it's Watchmen in this universe or a fictional comic.
I would say that would be a very interesting approach. Yeah. Like, at least acknowledge it in some way. That would be cool.
Yeah, acknowledge
like,
it.
If you acknowledge it, like, as a comic, that would be cool. But at the same time, it's like, those are DC characters.
Yeah.
Like, it would be hard not to, like, if you were to just make it a comic, people would be disappointed, like, tremendously. And especially, like, one complaint that people had with Shazam is the fact that, remember the scene when he goes into, like, a toy store and he's defending himself with a Batman, like, action figure, a giant
That's
3-foot
true.
action figure,
Yeah.
and the label is DC? It's like, how does DC exist if DC is the universe?
Same thing in Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Because the kid has all the posters and stuff on his wall. In Black Adam, remember? And the kid in his room, he's got like the Superman poster,
yeah, and
a
they
Wonder
have
Woman
DC
poster,
in the corner,
and
yeah.
DC in the corner, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what they were doing in those movies.
Yeah.
So maybe not. But like something like that, I don't know. I just thought about it. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
The last thing I got for you is, say we do an Elseworlds film, and you got Zack Snyder back, and he's doing like Red Sun, for example, and he's got Henry Cavill back as Superman. Now, I haven't read the comic, but I read it through Wikipedia today, and it's a really underwhelming storyline. I'm going to be real, and the way it ends and everything, and then the epilogue of it too. Say we do an adaptation of that, and Zack's like, I got a vision. It's going to be Soviet Superman. It's going to be great. How would you feel if Zack Snyder was given the keys to an Elseworlds film and he does a Superman or something like that? Heck, even his own, what if Batflick comes back and does his Batman movie, Elseworlds? How would you feel about that if they announced it tomorrow?
You know, I make fun of myself for it, but I stand firm on it because I wrote it, and it is I gave permission for it to be put out there. My senior quote was "Restore the Snyderverse," not because I thought it was good, but because I believe every director deserves to get whatever film or films they were signed on to do, that they deserve to get it put out.
Okay.
I believe that Zack Snyder deserves to get his Justice League 2 and 3. Ben Affleck deserves his Batman film.
I agree that...
And David Ayer deserves his Suicide Squad. His was butchered so tremendously that I can't help but question if it was any good. And if it was, why not release it? You could make so much money, like from, obviously, like, not so much.
Though?
Yeah, like...
I wouldn't say so much.
It would definitely be a bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is something to do later down the line, not something you have to do now. Establish the new universe. Yeah. But then introduce the old and give a proper conclusion.
Yeah, especially if for example, if you look at the industry itself and you look at Marvel doing these next two Avengers films with Doomsday and Secret Wars, and you have Supergirl and you have Man of Tomorrow coming out and all these other DC projects, they're all going to feed into each other. They're all going to like foster the fan base and make it alive again. So people are going to be hungry for stuff like this. So like if you say like at the end of Avengers Doomsday, we hear, hey, Zack Snyder is going to do Justice League Dark or whatever. He's doing it, and he's got Henry Cavill back. Josh Brolin is Batman. You got so-and-so as Wonder Woman.
Why would that be announced after Avengers Doomsday?
Just for the sake of it's a dark movie.
Oh,
and they're like, oh, you know what? Zach was inspired.
You had me a little confused there. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, the industry's feeding into itself, so it's like something super popular. So let's take advantage of that and release it a little later when we're out of the way of the competition, but we're still feeding into that, letting it go along and let the industry roll with each other in terms of competition.
Yeah,
keep it lively. Keep the superhero genre lively. Imagine if we get Justice League Dark, directed by Zack Snyder, Josh Brolin as Batman. And it's basically Justice League Dark, but it's also like he's taking the Dark Knight storyline and mixing it. Like some random like that. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would just question the judgment of DC as a studio and Peter Safran and James Gunn greenlighting something like that, because I think it would be eating into their own kind of thing. And I think they're aware of this as well, especially the fact that the Batman exists. Because this is the argument online of saying, well, there's the Batman. So how are we going to explain to people and differentiate our Batman from him? Do you do an older Batman? Do you have him have Robin? Do you make him more mystical, monster-like, in the sense of he's fighting more fantastical creatures? There's a way to do it, but I'm curious to see what DC does to distinguish themselves from Matt Reeves' universe.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, definitely like the idea of like how do you distinguish between the Batman and then the DCU's Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. Which Andy Muschietti is gonna be is still the director.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
Mm.
Like, despite the Flash,
Yes.
the Batman action sequences, and then Supergirl, obviously, were the highlights of the film.
Oh, I forgot about Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff in there. Clara. Yeah, it's Clara. Or Clara. Clara.
Kara Zor-El?
Kara Zor-El. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
it's, it's funny. When I
Bring
first...
back that actress.
Sasha Calle?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first saw her,
Dude,
like, on set with the photos...
Yeah, continue. Sorry, I just thought of something. Go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I first saw the set photos, I thought, based on the design, the hair, I was like, no way. Like, are they, like, adapting Superman's daughter?
Oh.
Like, I thought it was Lara Kent, I believe is her name.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the set photos, and I was like, no way. No way they are pulling that. And then they just made it Kara, his cousin, and I'm like, why did you use the design?
Yeah.
Same exact suits. Why?
Yeah, well, you know what? I keep having Red Sun on the mind. You know, speaking of all this stuff going on, I have Red Sun on the mind, and I keep thinking Zack Snyder would be awesome. But also, there's been other directors that have expressed interest in adapting that storyline. John Voight Roberts, who did Kong Skull Island and a couple other films as well, and is working with Hideo Kojima to adapt Metal Gear into some kind of media at some point. He's expressed interest in Red Sun, as well as Matthew Vaughn of the Kingsman franchise as well. So it's like, this storyline is really appealing to a lot of folks in Hollywood, and they really want to take a crack at it, whether it be for political purposes or whatever. I don't really care. I think it would be cool to get a first DC film that says Elsewhere, Elseworlds.
Yeah.
And then it says Red Sun. Like, something like that would be dope. And you can incorporate, like, I again, Josh Brolin as Batman. I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, give me an old, grizzled, Dark Knight Returns Batman. That'd be dope. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got for you. What do you got?
I was going to say, weren't we going to mention, like, specific storylines?
Oh,
if you don't have the time,
I don't.
it's completely understandable.
I don't, but what do you got?
Okay. Like,
I got the time.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, similarly to you, I don't have specific storylines, but I do have ideas, like, or specifically one idea for a new thing that could be added to each year's slate.
Ooh.
Like, James Gunn confirmed that when he did the announcement video of the DC slate for Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, that he was going to release 2 seasons of a show and 1 film a year. Switching, like, maybe 2 shows or 2 films and 1 show.
Which is what's happening next year.
Yeah, and, like, give or take. But I think something that should be considered is a yearly holiday special.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about this.
Yeah, like...
What's your pitch on that?
My pitch for the holiday specials is our world is so, like, vast with different cultures and holidays. I genuinely think that to just do a Christmas special each year would kind of defeat the purpose and get repetitive.
Okay.
So I think
different
each year,
holidays, end quote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like each year should have a different holiday special. Like, you'd have your Christmas special. The following year would be a Halloween special, a Thanksgiving special, and then you'd get into, like, a Day of the Dead special, and it would be released on those holidays, or, like, the nights before those holidays. And each, like, special would specifically be focused for a character in which it fits. Like, the idea of Hot Girl with a Day of the Dead special.
Oh,
That would be interesting, especially considering the fact that she herself only became Hawk Girl because she committed suicide. That's this Hawk Girl's origin story.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
There's two Hawk Girls. One of them was about to die. The other one, Kendra Saunders, she committed suicide, and then I believe that rather than being reincarnated, that whole thing that happens traditionally with the reincarnation story, she went to a relative, which was Kendra Saunders, and saved her life. And so it's she has those memories of killing herself.
Well, and also here's the thing. James Gunn's no stranger to holiday specials.
Right, yeah.
He did
and
the
that's
Guardians
why
of the Galaxy
I think
holiday
works.
special. Which was just a funny Christmas-themed character romp with the Guardians. And you could do it for not that much money, too. I don't know how much the holiday special Guardians of the Galaxy one cost, which I've still never seen, but take the same budget as that, make it $5 million or 10 or whatever, something small, maybe 5 million, keep it tiny. Don't put a whole lot of marketing behind it. Just release it on HBO Max every year and have something with Hawk Girl and let's more this.
Yeah.
Or have a steel-centered holiday special around the 4th of July in his city. And he's got to stop a villain or something. And he's got to be with his family at the same time or something like that.
Just DC.
Take a character, put him or her in a holiday.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you've seen Justice League, the animated series, but there's that one Christmas episode where it's John Jones and he goes with Superman to the Kents for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm really glad you said don't kill Pa Kent, because in the Justice League animated show, they're both alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You don't need to kill him.
Yeah, but holiday specials.
It was Green Lantern. That episode also had Green Lantern and Hawk Girl having a cosmic adventure and a date basically for a day, and they got into a bar fight in a space bar. Yeah. Something like that would be cool.
Yeah. But holiday specials, they're a huge thing within the comics. They've done it since I believe the 90s.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it should be adapted not only to the comics but to film.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And one thing, I have a specific pitch for a holiday special, a Christmas special. And yes, I mean it. It's a pun. Christmas with the Kents. It's a remake of Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh my gosh.
But you throw in Lex Luthor traveling through Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
It's adapted from a comic where he, runs over a nail and he gets a flat. But then just so happens that when he gets a flat, there's a snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
And the Kents have to bring him in.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's that kind of dynamic of, the Kents were about to leave for a holiday somewhere else, but they got snowed in, so they have to stay home. They're inviting all of the people that are caught in the storm, and then they get news that, Clark is coming home for Christmas. So then they're oh crud, we have his arch nemesis here. What do we do? I think it would be very interesting to have.
So funny. You also have Crypto at some point involved. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I would say
maybe some of the Super Family.
Yeah, it would be very interesting to have them kind of bashing heads in All-Star Superman, where it's you could very clearly see Clark Kent is Superman, but Lex Luthor is so puffed up within his own pride that he could figure it out himself, that he doesn't see that he is literally standing in front of Superman himself.
Yeah.
And so
he doesn't figure it out.
Have that dynamic, maybe put him into some weird antics where it's Lois Lane and Ma Kent, they stay home to set up decorations.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pa Kent and Clark, and then they ring in Lex, have to go out into the snow and save people.
Oh, that's awesome. And he's like, no, I'm not going to help. And then he's like, well, you're going to keep it here. And he like gives him
Yeah.
some advice. He's like, he's like, and Pa Kent becomes like this father figure for this moment, and he's like, and he's right. And then he goes and helps him out.
Yeah, and just
this little human side
have
of
that kind of like, have from All-Star adapt that conversation of, I like you, Ken.
Yes.
You're
yeah, I can't remember what he says.
Yeah.
But he has that conversation when he's interviewing him.
Yeah, he's like, I like you, Ken. You're nothing like Superman. And it's just like, dude, what are you talking about?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love something like that for Christmas. You could do a Valentine's Day episode with like people who are interested in each other. Like, what are you thinking?
Thanksgiving with the Bat family.
Yes!
Bro, all of
that would be awesome. Alfred's there.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's all the like awkward conversations about politics and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many directions you can go with that. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
And make it a regular thing with the DCU. And it's something fun you can do.
Yeah.
And have like your B team that does like your second unit. Like have your second unit just be in charge of it. And just like have them go and have fun with it and have a couple writers attached and just go for it,
Yeah.
We already have, I think, 5 writers included into this new DCU mythos, which has, I feel like, some comic writers as well. So like have them come up with a story every year that's like an hour long, shoot it for, a couple $1,000,000 or whatever and go from there. Yeah. Make it small too. If you want to keep it on Earth, like maybe one year we up the budget and it's a cosmic adventure with Guy Gardner and whoever, maybe Lobo comes in at one moment.
Yeah, and going back to the idea of the Bat family, like having a holiday special, like what do you think of the Bat family? Like how big do you want it to be?
I don't know, because I know that, well, and also I also know they want to do a Superman like family as well, like a super
I really
family.
think that DC should emphasize the family idea.
And I think that's because that's where I think Marvel is kind of lacking, especially right now. And I feel like they're going to continue lacking until we see more of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because it's like you have teams, but you don't have families. Like they're coworkers, but they're not like they're just coworkers.
They're just coworkers. Yeah.
Yeah, but like with DC,
they have super families.
Yeah, you have the super family, you have the Bat family,
because
you have the Flash family.
Showed us it works great. And because it was based on Fantastic Four. And Fantastic Four works great. So, like, give us those super families that are in the comics and give us Crypto, give us the Super Horse or whatever his name is. And like Supergirl and Jonathan and all that.
Technically not a horse. Weird thing that you'll get into.
Yeah, no, we're not getting into it.
Yeah.
But I would like to see that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think we've gone on long enough. Any final words for the audience or the people out there for DCU or even to James Gunn, if you could say anything to him? What do you want? What do you want to say to him?
I know I didn't really convey it well, but like
Tim Robbins was a joker.
Chance you heard my idea about Christmas with the Kens, please. My email is malachivillalba@gmail.com. MalachiVillalba@gmail.com. And for the audience, thank you for listening. God bless.
And if you want to send any or all fan fictions to that email address, go for it. I'm joking.
Just please not
any weird stuff.
Not any NSFW.
No Peacemaker stuff, please. We don't want any of that. So, all right. I think that's all I got. I'm excited for all the future. Really excited for, honestly, whatever they do. But I legit, Alan Richardson is Aquaman. That's like my last thing I'll put out there. Alan Richardson is Aquaman. Oh, and the dude who's Mr. Wonder in the new Marvel show that's coming out.
Mr. Wonder.
Yeah, Wonder Man or whatever. The guy who plays that dude.
in Marvel's.
Yeah, in Marvel's.
Wonder Man, okay.
The guy who plays that guy. I've seen him in stuff before.
He was Black Manta, I believe.
Yes. Him as Martian Manhunter.
It would be interesting.
It could work.
Yeah.
Or maybe him as Steel even.
Yeah. We're about to go on another tangent, aren't we?
Yeah, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed. You're ready to go. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of the Snarp Fangle Podcast. Thank you for letting us drone on for 3 hours. But anyway, we'll see you in about 3 hours. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to us. Just drabble on, and we just really appreciate your time and how valuable it is to you. Thank you, Malachi, for coming on. I truly
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you. We'll have you on in the future, especially as we get to our end of year stuff with films,
Yes, sir.
and what could be in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you another time. And remember, when the world's got you down and that dog, that white scruffy dog, is running straight at your face, ready to beat you up, just remember as you lie there in the snow to think about the positive and to think about the family, especially this time of year, and to snarp Fangle on.